Yo!
It's still going?
He's trying. Give this man an oxygen tank.
We heard like bits and pieces, thank God.
Yeah, this is gonna be something when we hear this shit live. Oh boy.
What's going on, boys? We're back here for another session of One Greatness Man. Written by Garata drawn by Garata. And
Go on, how you gonna work that one?
written by His Holiness. The One.
Okay, that's fine.
It gets the point across, I guess.
You already know. So this chapter was packed with well, let me get straight down to the point. The community went wild and has been going wild for about a month now because of 155 and the delay that we got in between, a 2-week pause without a chapter in the transition of the year. Now we're here at 156. This chapter brings answers and conclusions to questions that were brought up in 155, but also other things that have been slipped underneath the rug in past chapters. So, with all the things here that are possible, plausible, possibly going to be discussed, we should probably first address how we felt about the chapter. There are multiple individuals here with an immeasurable amount of credibility. So let's see how much of that we can get here. What's going on, boys?
Vibe, you know what I'm saying? Good chapter. I was actually able to react to it, so that was pretty cool. On time. Yeah, it was a fun chapter to react to. Like I had a lot of fun with this chapter, and dog, it's a lot to cover.
Check out the reaction.
Fantastic chapter, like insanely good. I'm really strict with my like chapter rankings. Like nothing really gets a 10 out of 10. This is like a 10 out of 10 though. Like so much like this has been added to the world just from this chapter. Like things I didn't think we'd ever like get in One Punch Man, and we'll get into those things when we get to them. But so many times where I was just like, what is going on? The only thing that really got spoiled for me before reading was like Blast was going to show up, but it means so little compared to like the other reveals that happen in this. Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic chapter.
Yeah, same as Matt. I wasn't expecting the reveals we got in this chapter. I didn't think they'd actually happen in the way they did. And then seeing like how the story might continue going forward, the types of things we might be addressing. Yeah, it was super awesome. Then what we actually got for this arc, awesome. So really enjoyed it.
Yeah, this one had too many things, to be honest. There was so much crap going on. I didn't know what to title my reaction, so I was like, just all the things happened. Can't even comprehend it. No. It was so good. Fight scenes to big character introductions, character modification introductions. I don't know what you want to consider. What was it even called? That it was Evil Ocean or whatever now. Evil Ocean Water.
Yeah.
I was so close with that name. Oh, well.
Yeah, but it really should have went with Evil Natural.
Dead Sea.
No, that's too small.
Dead Sea would have been fun.
No.
Because that's what you're going to become. You're going to become Dead
Sea.
Red Sea. Aegean Sea.
No.
You still going with these?
We're gonna need
I think he is.
We're gonna need
Oh, you're actually searching for. Oh, okay.
No. Let's go. They should have went with Mediterranean, bro. They should have went with Mediterranean. Evil Natural Mediterranean, bro. They should have done it.
Yeah.
And Sage Centipede, come on, bro. It should have been Primordial Centipede.
I was thinking Ancient Centipede myself.
I didn't think you have a single thing to complain about Sage Centipede. Anything, the only thing you complain about is it makes Elder Centipede not as strong.
Yo, Grimm's about to bust something. Bust a vessel, bro.
They nerfed DC.
When we get to the EC part of the podcast, which is a recurring thing now, I was like, that was one of my thoughts after end. I was like, what are we gonna do with the EC part of the podcast now? It's just redundant.
Well, now it's going to be redundant because then it has to become the Sage podcast.
I don't know, man. That last panel there and the opinions that I'm hearing, bro, and like the scenario that we're in, I'm not too keen on what this Sage guy is gonna be doing. It's not the same setup as EC had. It's not. But we'll definitely have a chance to discuss that. But
Speaking of last panels, I think the last panel, or was it the last panel for last chapter, we saw the kind of cavern where Orochi got murked. And I'm not sure if any of you guys realized, because we didn't pick up on it last chapter. I completely didn't notice, but we see a shadow of this Sage centipede, I think, in the last chapter.
Yeah. But I just assumed that was like Orochi's new form. We'll get into this with Sage Centipede.
Yep.
But when I did that, I was like, oh, this is going to be Orochi's new form.
well, that's actually the current speculation, as Matt said. We'll get into it, but I'm not sure if we can confirm. I think we can confirm, but I don't know if this is Orochi. It doesn't seem like this is Orochi.
No.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Well, Orochi's whole Okay, we'll get to it. Okay.
Like I said, all the things.
But like, before we begin, as you guys already know, we all have YouTube channels. We put out content on a regular basis. So if you guys want to support those efforts, if you want to help us grow, and if you want to receive One Punch Man content like whenever, man, from all different kinds of sources and all different kinds of manners, with all different kinds of niches, subscribe to the channels in the description below. Like the video and join the Discord. On Discord, you can participate in the topics, not just hear them when you're driving or at work or while your girl's nagging at you or whatever you're doing, washing the dishes while you're listening to the podcast. You could also be adding to the conversation, bitch. You could be out there debating niggas, bitch. Just join the Discord, bro. That's all you gotta do, baby. Now, without further ado, 156, dude. Any thoughts on that cover page? That shit was fire, bro.
Mate, that got me so excited. The cover page alone. Just, mate, who is the one that will reach his back?
And honestly, it adds to my disappointment about Platinum this chapter, which we'll get into later on. But man, this oh my god. Because nobody was really expecting Garou to lose, but he wasn't necessarily going to win. We've seen that happen several times. So, but the fight is the first part of the chapter, and it's probably good to talk about it in the context of 155 as well as 156. But all in all, I think this is one of the better fights that we've had in the series. It was kind of quick in regards to what happened at the end, but it definitely showed us a lot. We had to see a lot of impressive attacks, different attacks, new attacks. The art of the fight was spectacular for the majority of the time. There's a lot of things that you could speculate, praise, maybe even complain about this fight. What do you guys feel about this fight?
I actually will have to disagree with you. I don't think it's one of the better fights, and I want to preface this by saying I have a high standard because this is One Punch Man. The reason why I don't think it's one of the better fights is just because like the story of it is like kind of non-existent. Like they just fighting. They just really it's a free fall. They just scrapping. That's it. It looked good though. I'll say that for sure, but I don't think like every element that you would want in a good fight is present with it. And I could definitely see some complaints. I won't go over everything there is to this fight, but like it's cool. But yeah, that's all I'll say on it.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. Considering how these characters kind of come together, like okay, Flashy by himself would have been all right, but he had his moment to shine when he fought, his seniors from the ninja village and whatnot. Okay, that was good. He has no connection to Platinum, and Garou, is Garou. He kind of has a connection to everybody at this point because it's like, well, we couldn't find his ass, and he eluded us, and now he's an impressive beast. But yeah, like these particular people fighting, it's just a melee to have a melee, I think, right before the climax of this arc. Not sure what else to think about it.
I mean, I think the fight's pretty good. I agree. I don't think it's like one of the best fights of all of One Punch Man, but I think it does some stuff really well. I think like the art's really good. It's got a lot of really good shots in here. Like personal favorite of mine is probably when Garou like lands that final, like before the final ball platinum, where he just like punches him straight in the face and that panel goes down. But I think there's some things it does well. I think it explores more like Flashy's like. I guess what the ninjas do, like the ninjas always seem to panic when someone like outclasses them. I mean, it's like Platinum points out, it's not just a ninja thing. It's like heroes in general he's noticed. I think that we've already seen a couple of good examples of like super speed fights, so I think Murata tries to be a bit different here, and it works pretty well. But I wouldn't say it's like a pinnacle of this. Yeah, but it's still pretty fun though.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was really good. I'm not sure if I was so much a fan of how Platinum gets wrecked towards the end. And I thought it was a bit weird how I'm pretty sure Platinum was saying to Garou, yeah, we should team up against Flashy Flash, and then kind of gets betrayed. But they both continue to kind of attack Flashy Flash, even though Garou still attacks Platinum. But Platinum doesn't, I think, in this attack Garou until after they've kind of finished off Flashy Flash. So I thought that was a bit weird. As I do, like he's punching you every opportunity he gets. You might as well attack Garou as well in regards to Platinum Sperm. So I thought that was a bit weird. He continued to tag team against Flashy. But yeah, other than that, it was super cool. There wasn't too much of like a story element behind it, but I still really liked the point that Platinum was making once Flashy started to panic, and then I think there's already a lot of kind of underlying story between Platinum and Garou in the sense of being the Monster King, Supreme Monster, that type of thing.
I disagree with you guys completely. The story element was there for me, maybe not to the same obvious degree or blatant degree that we've had for some other parts, but I like that. I like when it's undertone, and I like when it's mostly combat. I disagree with Matt, firstly because I more so saw it as that Platinum was describing Flashy Flash's personal dilemma, not necessarily a trait of ninjas in general or of overall heroes. The second part, yes. The second part, he's definitely collectively saying that you heroes don't truly want to save anybody. You guys just like to fight. I definitely got that part. But the portion about Flashy's openings and getting flustered mid-fight because he saw somebody much more competent than him add his main trait, to me, that's an exact parallel to what happened with Darkshine. Once Darkshine saw that somebody's tenacious, that they're there to win the fight and push through, not to just give him an easy or a nice obstacle where he was going to be able to overcome inevitably. To me, that's the depth that we get for Flashy Flash, because as a character, he doesn't have any depth. We've seen him talk a few times, and one of the few times where he actually detailed his personality or more about him was talking about his secret assassinations behind the association's back. So that's why I'm counting that as the first step for Flashy Flash's development. And take another example. For Atomic Samurai, before the redraw, he had the Focus Atomic Slash. And he actually used that technique by reminiscing about the Melzigard example. He mentioned that by fighting Melzigard, Melzigard managed to neutralize his blade, where it was basically useless. So he was thinking about the next instance where he fought a monster like this, what he would do, what he would go about it. And that was showing Atomic Samurai's growth and development, that from previous instances, he's improving as a character. It's not so necessarily that he was just always that strong or that he doesn't have problems. Yeah, he has problems, but he deals with that in that certain way. We don't have that for Flashy yet. We don't have a way that Flashy overcomes obstacles or any turmoil for Flashy in general. All we know is that other ninjas exist and that they were trying to assassinate him. So that's why I think that Platinum giving that insight and Platinum focusing on Flashy may there may be more consequence to that. Now, as to the part where Sundown pointed out that Platinum didn't really attack Garou that much, I didn't even really notice that much. Because you're right, like Platinum was bodying Flashy every chance that he could, but yeah, I didn't really see Platinum attack Garou that much. Besides that first attack, right? Or he came in, he was like, "Allow me to pass through for a moment." She was wrong.
Yeah.
That's but Grimm, that's kind of why I also have an issue with what Platinum is saying. It's not that like what he's saying isn't. I won't even say correct, but like it's not like I don't understand his train of thought. It's just that it's kind of weird to get or come to that conclusion when you jump in this man. What are you talking about? He is on the defense, bro. It kind of makes me a little disappointed in Garou because, like, you just said last chapter, I'm not helping you jump him, but you ain't attack him not one time, or not. He did attack him the last chapter, but this chapter, y'all was full on jumping this man. It was Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy versus Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, I think even in this chapter, he strikes him once, I think, in this altercation, but Platinum Sperm doesn't respond. I'm just like, dude, you just got punched in the teeth, and you're carrying on like you're unloading all your anger on Flashy Flash. I'm like, dude, come on, man.
What did Flashy Flash do?
The only thing I can think of is in the beginning, before the fight started, or maybe even in the middle of the fight. Platinum was yelling at Garou, telling him that you're some half monster who's never decided on what he truly is, and you're sitting there playing around. So I think he does have some disdain for Garou. That's definitely there. But like you said, he never really acted upon it. And that's the part that I was saying in the beginning of the video that disappointed me in regards to Platinum Sperm. That he was beaten in such a manner like this. To me, it's questionable, and I guess we could speculate on it, whether Garou is growing mid-fight. Because we have to make a clear distinction that I feel the community has completely... Not the people who are rereading constantly and paying attention and following along, but those who are just, I guess, following along blindly or whatever the case may be. Like, there's a strong opinion now or viewpoint that Garou is just indefinitely, constantly evolving at every single second of the fight. That it just doesn't make sense. From the very beginning of the story, we know Garou as a character who's adaptive. He's using his skills, his competence, and his intelligence to make intelligent decisions in the fight. Like he didn't overcome Tank Top because he evolved. He just chose to start using his water stream. There are different instances like that to where Garou is just using different battle tactics or actually fighting and overcoming obstacles in the fight, and that's why he happens to win. I could say that that's the same instance here, and it's been happening the entire time. The real times where Garou grows or evolves is at the ends of those fights where he's getting beat down, and he just doesn't have anymore. And then you see him just like cop through with some different strengths or different thing. Even in the Darkshine fight, he didn't evolve mid fight. It was after he got slapped down and had all those rocks all falling on him that he came back up to the surface. That's a whole nother Garou. That's Super Alloy Garou. But the Garou that overcame Darkshine in the fight was the same guy who whatchamacallit, Pooty got smacked down by. It was that same level of Garou. He just woke up. So I want to emphasize that Garou isn't magically getting stronger the entirety of the fight. Like that's how adaptive he is. When he broke through those platinum rings, like that's the strength that Garou has. He just had to overcome the strength of those rings.
But do you think that narrative is changing now?
No, like there's some dialogue in this fight where the narrator's saying, accelerating indefinitely, like Garou synapses or something like that, and it's a description of what they're actually doing. Like Garou's moving so fast, he has to think that much faster. Like he's just increasing his speed, going faster and faster, or whatever. But people are interpreting it as if he's evolving mid-fight, which I honestly don't remember a time where Garou's evolved mid-fight.
Well, the reason why I'm asking this is because like it was a question with Flashy Flash, but Garou as well. Like I don't think before this whole fight happened, any of us would have said that Garou would have been on par with Platinum Sperm. I don't even think we would have probably said that with Golden Sperm, to be honest.
No, because there was
At the very least, we would have had doubts.
I can agree that's I guess that's the big pink elephant in the room in regards to what just happened here with Platinum Sperm, Flashy Flash, and Garou. Because we were talking about that to a pretty drastic degree, that like, why is Flash competing with these two guys? But we were able to address that with this chapter being the evidence of what we were saying last chapter, that like, it's really just with speed and he's not really hitting anybody, so it's fine. And this chapter confirms that they even sped up after the fact. But Platinum, go ahead.
No, I was just going to quickly say, I thought I remember this. I just wanted to double check. There is a time where Garou does start evolving mid-fight, and that's when he's fighting Orochi.
Okay.
There's a scene where like Orochi's attacking with all the tentacles and Garou's dodging, and as he's dodging, like he's getting faster and faster, and Guro notices this. He's like he's speeding up to the point where like he was getting hit by tentacles before, and he's dodging them with just like kind of barely to quite soundly dodging them.
I don't know, because that sounds like what happened here. Either way, there probably could be an instance where Garou was evolving mid-fight. I'm just not remembering it right now. But the elephant in the room is, why is Platinum not destroying everybody? All the hype up until these chapters, 155, 156, I think even 154, was about like Platinum about to be that thing, about to take on King. And now Garou's overcome, just after fighting Darkshine, he's now at this point. After fighting Bang and Bomb, he's now at this point. So there's clearly been a jump in scale, I can agree. But what can we really do? Like, it is what it is. I agree. I would have assumed that Garou would have came back and been platinum level. Or golden level. Something like that. But
man, I don't know, man. I feel like Platinum Sperm gonna disappoint us. I feel it.
I think he has to come back. It's fucked up because he blew up, but I really wanted him to come back.
It's because he blew up that I'm kind of like, is he still okay? Like, I know obviously he's exploded, so he's not okay, but like, the fact is it wasn't like a body dead on the floor or anything. It's an explosion. There's particles everywhere. And Black Sperm's whole thing before was about splitting and multiplying. Like, is there something there?
I
know.
The finality of how he was talking about the fusion, and like the fact that he exploded in like pieces like this, like we saw his arm flying and shit like that, and I think part of his tentacle, that's what's giving me the sense of finality. But if you're saying it gives you the opposite sense,
well, originally before like the extra 8 pages, I was like, that's got to be it, you know, because like you have that panel obviously of just like after he goes, let me pass through for a sec, and then like you just see like the energy like splitting, and he's cracking throughout his whole body, he's beaten badly. But it's just because, like, it's only because of the build-up we got for Platinum, you know? Like, Platinum was supposed to be the guy, you know? In my head, I was like, this is him. This is, like, the next above Dragon threat we're going to see.
Yes.
Like, so for him to just be beaten like this,
yes.
Like, that's why I'm like, that's why I keep thinking there's got to be something more. Maybe there's not. And maybe I've just, like, built up Platinum more than I needed to.
No. It's not. I understand why you would say you could possibly have built him up, but we have too much like evidence in the past 4 chapters of Platinum like being built up to be that thing. Like this was his response to fighting King. Like what?
Yeah, I can't in good conscience say like this is like us just having too big of expectations, because honestly, the way things are going currently, and I've already felt like this with Golden Sperm, it felt like Black Sperm was more of a threat than what we got from Golden Sperm and what we got from Platinum Sperm.
Yep. Even Platinum had a lackluster performance. He should have gotten more time. I wouldn't say lackluster. He should have gotten more time out here. Yeah, Black Sperm was honestly the biggest threat out here. I don't.
He was taking on multiple heroes and they were depleted, granted, but like still the tsunami and everything. It was like we were like, yo, what are we doing? What are we going to do with this dude? And it's not now. It's kind of feels like, oh, we got the answer, Garou.
Yeah. I think what really disappointed me with Platinum. I mean, we got the speed feat. That was cool, and how they both turned it up. That was awesome. But the fact that he doesn't even actually this chapter, he doesn't once damage Garou in any sense. He just once they finish off Flashy, they both step it up a bit. They start pacing it, and you get like triple the amount of lights or whatever it was. And then straight after that, Garou punches him. They go to ground and then ends him. So I kind of, with what Matt was saying, I kind of feel there has to be more to Platinum Sperm, but I also understand what Grimm is saying, where the finality of it is kind of it's been inlaid in the last few chapters, which is this is his final form. It's his kind of most risky form as well, because he's fused everything. The multiplying thing should finish.
And all it really good.
If he really is gone, dog, I you know what? Like, no, because I'm gonna still be mad at One and Marauder, but I'm getting on y'all fans. Oh my god,
get him! They were sucking.
That's crazy. If he was out, that would be nuts.
The amount of suck for Black Sperm is literally unprecedented. There's maybe the suck for Flashy is greater than the suck for Sperm, bro. Bro, back way before the association art, bro, niggas, that's all niggas was talking. Bro, wait till you get to Black Sperm. Black Sperm's that, bro, that thing, bro, Black Sperm, he's got it. Oh my god, Black Sperm everywhere. Oh my gosh, yeah. Like, my god, bro.
Just quickly, has God ever interacted with a monster before? I know it's interacted with humans, but monsters.
Monsters when they're monsters?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Apart from ignore homeless, because that was the whole thing. He believed in God more than anything.
Is okay, I have to reread this now. I was trying to find it, but I didn't.
Because would he be like, oh, Platinum, you were so close. Oh, just let me I can let you borrow some power, and then he becomes like, yeah?
He develops into a human. It's like, I am Black Man now.
I'm aluminium sperm.
I'm fertilized sperm.
No, because
I'm
even
sperm.
if he were to come back in the story like that, I would still be like, you still got defeated. Like at the end of the day, you still had to get this cop out to get back in the game. So I'll still be mad.
Yeah, he has to. Yeah. He has to come back on his own.
Yeah, and then the other thing there is if God has only spoken to humans so far, I think everyone's kind of been side-eyeing Flashy because he's been sat down and he just got beat in the one thing that he has pride in. So will God go to him and be like, "Hey, buddy, you just got your ass beat because you weren't fast enough"?
Mate, God's going a bit loose at this point. He's going to everyone.
Bro,
he's answering everyone's prayers.
He's just gonna go to every. He's gonna go to every S-class hero. He's gonna be like, "Hey, Darkshine, you got your ass beat too."
Oh, tank top! You got a hole in your tank top, mate. I could fix that for you. Come on.
He just becomes a seamstress.
Yeah, this God shit is getting kind of confusing though. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Fair, we're jumping ahead, just putting him in every situation. But to be fair, I'll take responsibility. I'm the one who's like, what if God was getting involved? It's like, he doesn't have to be involved with everything, Matt. You idiot! Come on.
It's gonna roll up to a Mai or one half of a Mai.
If he fails to that, he just goes to the other half of a Mai. I'll try the other one and see if that works.
But yeah, I guess we can address a few more things in the fight. The named attacks were pretty cool looking. I enjoyed those from Flashy. I enjoyed seeing him his inner dialogue. I think that was the first time we actually saw Flash's inner dialogue.
We've seen him talk in his head before, like when Saitama.
Anytime someone's passed him in speech, that can't be real. This isn't them.
Yeah.
He did that about Saitama when, he kept trying to run away from him, but Saitama would just be like, "Hey, buddy, why you running?"
Okay. But going back to what I meant about the ninjas, Grimm, just because I know I kept quiet. What I meant about the ninjas more is every time a ninja's got a lot of pride in their technique and their speed. So it's any time someone surpasses them, they're like, "This isn't real. I've got to kill them." Sonic was like it when he first met Saitama, because he was like, "There's no way. This guy's faster than me. I'll do anything I can to prove that I'm faster." The two ninjas were like it with Flashy when eventually Flashy was overpowering them. And they were like, "Well, screw this. We're going to focus on speed because we want to beat you in speed. That's what we pride ourselves on." And then Flashy again here Like, he's met 4 people today who are faster than him, and he's supposed to be the fastest of the ninjas. Like, as far as we know, like, he's the best ninja. So that's like when I said about like this pride thing, that's what they've always had in common.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, they're both true. Like, in regards to the ninjas doing this often, as we've just proven, but in regards to like this possibly being a bigger problem for Flashy, because if it's not, then we're here. We have a serious problem of these characters not having any development or any type of like growth or insight. And it's a problem because we just got revealed that there's a whole nother tier. So the sacredness of the S class is fading, or has at least been diluted in regards to them being the end all be all, the final solution, the team. We don't even know how relevant that is anymore. And there are so many questions that pop up because of it. We'll get to them in a second, but if the S class isn't even like the final like solution, or like the mains, we don't know if they're not. Right now, for our past 154 chapters, they've been the mains. So I'm going to stick with them being the mains. But if they are going to be the mains, they need development. We've seen so many different other heroes, A, B, or C class, and spent time with them, chapters or more than one chapter. But there are some lower class heroes who have as much development, if not more so, than some of the S class. And we don't know shit about Pig God. The first thing we fucking learned, the first few things we learned about Pig God was the secret power shit, and like the fact that he likes to eat a lot. And he's a pretty competent, good, and real hero. He may be one of the few ones that actually doesn't adhere to what Platinum was trying to say here, or accumulate, or sum up all the heroes as being. He's a true hero. And then what about whatchamacallit? Tank Top. If Tank Top's gonna be the last hero, if Amai's gonna be the gatekeeper, why do I know more about Eon than Tank Top? Like, shouldn't Eon be in S class now? Another reason to put that nigga in S class besides his feats of performance.
Okay.
Yo,
You got it,
Let's
man.
not push it
pushing
now.
the Eon agenda. You already know.
Like, I'll say, we have this. Like, I think we have this every podcast with the Iron. It's like,
Yes.
look,
Yes,
he
we do.
beats a demon solo, S class, no question. Until I see that though, he's not S class.
Bro,
Yeah,
tripping, bro.
Fuck him.
But I mean, like, it's true. I mean, like, Watchdog Man, like, he's done like nothing, yet we're learning about this next level of heroes.
So it makes you really question things like, if we're to talk up this dialogue in regards to Platinum addressing Flashy Flash as an aspect of most ninjas, and it's not like what Matt just pointed out, like the examples he pointed out aren't true and exact. Like, that's exactly what happened, and those are exact reactions. And Flashy's having a similar, comparable, if not exact reaction to what they did. So if this is a ninja thing, or a trait that they get from being at that school, like they were so pompous and so prideful, that's what helped them win, so they've always had those characteristics, then that takes away from Flashy. Or it adds to the future development of Flashy, or the ninjas in general, sure, but like it takes away from Flashy, because I don't know shit about him.
That's a fair assessment.
One of the things that I heard the most, like I said, the Flashy sucking was strong. So I guess I should ask you guys this, and quick little answers or whatever. Where are you guys putting Flashy Flash now in regards to what we've seen?
And I'll say top 5 in terms of ass.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
one
God.
panel.
Y'all niggas are gay, bro.
What were we talking about? What are we talking about?
I mean, Mariah gives him plenty of love. Like,
That's what we talk about.
What qualities of Flashy Flash are we talking about? I thought we was talking about flashy ass.
we talk about hair. He's got good hair.
These niggas are-
Oh yeah, he does.
Y'all gay, bro.
Fab.
They're talking about his ass and his hair. Y'all sound like females. What are you doing?
I don't know what are we doing? I'm asking
Grimm,
you.
best hair in One Punch Man. Go.
These niggas.
Saitama.
Well,
What are we ranking, man?
As
It's
in,
so good, it's
quality wise,
invisible.
or
That nigga's dumb, bro. Y'all tripping, bro.
Just answer the
Welcome to
question.
the One Punch Podcast.
What are we ranking?
Power,
heels?
bro. Come on.
Okay.
he does have
Power?
heels.
Nah, like
uh,
overall skill. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, how strong is Flashy Flash now? No change. Like,
I mean, right now he's not very strong. He's unconscious.
yo, hey, somebody mute Matt, bro. Just take
I love that.
this nigga out, bro.
Got him. Haha. Funny.
I mean, like, I definitely have a higher opinion of him than I thought because I didn't think he would be able to, like, even with his speed, I didn't think he was going to be able to scrap with Platinum Sperm. But it's weird because I have a lower opinion of Platinum Sperm, so I don't know how much I can take away from that. It's like a paradox, but like I overall, I definitely have a higher opinion. I don't think he's someone to where his power matches his rank. I'll say that much. That's all I'll say.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah. Sundown, Keishan, Matt,
What is his rank again?
13. I think.
Is 13th? I think, yeah.
Oh yeah. So
Lucky
his
13.
So his power is way beyond what his rank should be. I think. So I agree with Satsuki there. I don't think this fight has dropped him in my regard at all. It has dropped Platinum, like Satsuki was saying, but Platinum put up a good fight. He didn't, even when he identified these guys, there's like 4 guys faster than me. He didn't chicken out. He actually tried a little bit harder. He pushed himself a little bit further. So I respect that. And just the outcome of it wasn't great for him. But I think he put in a shift, and I enjoyed what he did. So yeah, I wouldn't say he's dropped in my regard, but I wouldn't say I would say he's raised up a little in my opinion.
This nigga said he put in a shift. I'm about to start using that, bro.
Sir.
Yo, Atomic out here putting in a whole full shift, bitch. Overtime, bitch. You already know. Clapping niggas.
Clocking in.
Oh, good lord.
Clock in, bitch.
Clapping in and then clapping cheeks.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, God. Don't give him any more fucking ideas.
Yeah, how about you guys?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with Sundown, to be honest. I think, like, the fact he held on was very impressive. I mean, from the moment he started clashing with Platinum, I was like, okay. But yeah, I mean, the fact he's held on for this long, and he, even without like his main weapon, he did pretty decently, to be fair. Yeah, I think he's all right. Like, I think what Satsuki said is very accurate. His rank is not where he should be.
Well, hold on, Matt. If rank was just reflective on power, then I would say, like, yeah, it's not.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I'm taking it from like a pure power perspective, not on like
shit,
everything else.
right.
That's like about like everything else heroes do.
Yeah.
I get why everyone else is where they are.
Yeah, so his rank is right then, because we're supposed to, we're okay. But in regards to power, I agree with what you're saying, yeah. But in regards to like reality, no, his rank is probably correct.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to clarify.
Yeah, no, I'm not thinking from just like it's fine. We're on the page.
For the viewers who don't know what we're referring to, it's clear that the ranks are based on more than just your physical capabilities. It's in regards to your hero work and other things that you do. And Flashy Flash has been pointed out to be a hero who does a lot of work outside of the association's attention, which is why his rank wouldn't include all the actual capabilities that he has or accomplishments that he's completed.
Compliments. He compliments death with a blade.
The one that got deflected? Or the one that got broken? Oh, same one, right?
I mean, if
One
we're
that
talking about
saves
broken
centipede.
blades.
Go ahead, Keishan.
I would say that, I mean, I'm a little disappointed in him, but overall, I'm, surprised he's been doing as well as he has.
You're disappointed in Flashy?
I mean, given, he's supposed to be like, oh, I'm the fastest fucking thing alive. I'm Sonic from another series.
You believe that bit?
No, that's what Flashy believes. It's like, and I'm like, okay, You're not even living up to your own hype. But, he's holding out well enough, given everything. It's just a little sad of how it's kind of been going for him the last couple chapters. But, I mean, not everyone is Saitama, so you can't always be on the winning end. So, probably he'll come back stronger, faster, all that good stuff. So I look forward to the future.
How do you guys feel about the platinum rings?
That was kind of weird.
Oh, that shit. I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, technique, right? Did he just spin his arms and like tail, like head tail round really fast? And then
That's
that just pulled, like,
that's really what it looks like. I thought it was just the
Yeah.
tail at first.
Because I wasn't sure of like energy, but then I'm looking at it now and I'm like, I think it's just like he's being like a kid where you spin your arms around really fast, like the unblockable attack. It's like what Hammer. It's actually what Hammerhead did, but it works.
Oh shit!
To be honest, it kind of reminds me. I'm not exactly sure if this is what it's called, like ribbon gymnastics. You know, where they do that floor routine where they swirl the ribbon around.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
I know
That's kind of what he's doing.
Damn, bro, ruined the character. One of the lamest attacks we've seen in all of fiction, bro. This is almost as bad as Rocket Feet from My Hero, bro. Like, damn, nigga, what are you doing, Platinum?
Get some glue shoes like Genos, man.
Oh man, who has the best design out of the three?
Out of Flashy, Platinum, and Garou?
Yeah,
Garou.
really?
Yeah.
Nah, bro, that panel where Platinum gets slammed into the ground and then he pops back up like just screaming big cock diesel strong, bro. And nigga looks like Super Boo, a super Boo, bro. Oh man, I love that shit, bro. That's probably my second favorite panel of the chapter besides the let me pass through for a sec. That shit,
Yeah,
man.
He does look like Super Boo.
Super Boo with a little bit of Frieza thrown in there.
Yeah, with more muscle than both of them.
The 100% Frieza. Bulky ass nigga.
Man, he has
They're shoulder pads.
there's so much potential in the character, and I guess it's unfair because we have to remember Platinum, Golden, and Black are all the same character, they're all the same entity. But I guess because we've had him in the chapter for in the storyline for so long since the time I first met him, and even since we saw the first glimpse of him whenever Orochi was talking to the rest of the monsters, like I guess that would be a justifiable reason to end him quicker than we would have liked. But as I just said, it was a lot. Like I didn't like it. I did not like how quickly he died.
I mean, he really just kind of lived way longer than most monsters, so you got to give him that. I mean, and to have this many forms, most monsters get what, one? And then they're done. So,
Is Platinum the strongest monster the Association had?
I wouldn't say so.
I used to think so.
Yeah, before he became Platinum.
Yeah, I mean, we could argue the case, but considering how quickly he got defeated in this chapter, that kind of really brings down his leveling. I mean, like, was Orochi when he fused with... Was Sai-Orochi stronger than this? We can't say. Sai-Orochi was cutting planets, and then we got Platinum Sperm, who got punched into the ground and clapped.
Okay, so then, yeah, I asked the... Go ahead, Matt.
I would say, to be fair, I know it went super quick, but the whole like fight itself was supposed to be like that entire like dense light. So it's not like it was just like a couple punches and Platinum went down. There were like a lot of like attacks between the two. It's just because Garou really doesn't seem to have taken any damage in comparison.
Well, either way, we don't like that shit. Like, stop. It's almost like off screening the fight by drawing the whole constellation shit. Like, it was a cool feat and a cool description or depiction of what's going on, but like the first Flashy versus the Ninjas fight, that was I would say even a much cooler, more appealing method of showing extreme speed or extreme combat during speed, because we actually got to see the performance there. Like if this fight, or at least the Platinum versus Garou part, I understand the flashy portion, that would have been constellations, but if this last portion would have been like Bomb versus Garou, my God, would have been everything. It would have been everything. We got to see literally every single sequence, every single attack, and every responsive reaction to every attack in that Bomb fight. But we didn't get that case here.
So what you're saying is, if they slow down this fight a bit, I mean, this fight was all about super speed, but like if they slowed it down a bit, it would have been a much better fight.
No, I think it's just a depiction of the speed. I'm not saying to decrease the speed at which it happened. That's fine. The timer was a good indication of that too. But like this is for all intents and purposes, I hate saying this, but this is a manga, like fiction. Like you can have them even sitting there talking, having a whole dialogue, and say it's 1/1,000,000th of a second. You can say that. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But we saw Flashy talking while the rubble was still falling. Like you can't. Sound literally doesn't move that fast. Like he would be saying a sentence and then he would have tagged them 3 times before the sentence actually got to them. And that's how fast these people are supposed to be moving. So like I don't think it would be too crazy to like have Garou and Platinum go hand to hand like Bomb and Garou were, and then you just put a clock in the corner of every panel, just showing that like, oh, it's been 1/10 of a microsecond, 2/10 of a microsecond, whatever you want to split it down to. But I definitely think that the constellation took away from this fight.
Okay, yeah. So less constellation and more kind of actual visualization of the fight.
That's
so same
what
speed.
I meant. Well, sorry, when I said slow down, I meant I should have been more clear. I meant more about the constellation. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask, since we're talking about like, not disrespecting, but reassessing our opinion of Platinum, it really sounds like this is an official stock drop. Sundon even pointed out that it was a tough punch though. It was a strong punch. Like Garou like rocketed. He came like a whole meteor bit, smacked right through them Platinum rings, took his jaw, and then basically slammed down to the ground with him. If that's what took to knock down Platinum, and then that let me pass through for a sec is what ended him. Is Rover a competition? Is Rover stronger?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. It's like, well, I guess this is not really bad news, but like this is what the situation is. But it's just unfortunate. It's not as if Platinum Sperm is weaker than a lot of the monsters that we see now. Like when we say our stock drop, it goes to our expectations, because I think everybody's expectations were sky high for Platinum Sperm. He had to be sacrificed for Garou's growth. That's just what it is. Like we had to change our evaluation of how strong we think Garou because of how Platinum Sperm fared in this fight. Like that's what the situation is. Like whatever your expectation for Garou was, you got to put that shit like 2 pegs higher, because that's what the situation is. I think that's what the story's trying to tell us.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I think that's our problem. The fact that we don't. Let me speak for myself, and I'll let you guys elaborate. I don't want Garou to be this strong. I want there to be another obstacle before he reaches this point. I agree with you 100%. We have to reevaluate because of Garou. It's not that Platinum did bad. It's that Garou was much stronger than what we thought. 100% well put. Y'all want to elaborate or expand upon
that? I think it's pretty solid. I mean, like the whole thing, we know it's all building up to is this eventual fight between Garou and Saitama. And I think the fact that we know, like, there's a lot of these guys were like, well, Saitama could beat him, Saitama could beat him. Like, we've got to get to this point with Garou. Like, at least us as readers, we've got to go, like, okay, he's stronger. Like, he's very clearly stronger than anything else that's come before. So he should be a fight for Saitama, right? So, unfortunately, like, unless, like, this was the plan for Platinum all along to be, like, this build-up for Garou, like, he had to take the step up. I do agree. I would have liked it to maybe have like not happened as quick, but because of what we're getting at the end of this chapter now, it doesn't necessarily have to matter as much because we've got other threats to face.
Threats that I don't necessarily like, but Here's another point, I guess, in this regard here. You brought up Saitama. I think this gives more work for Garou. This may be a problem for One Murata. This is just me, myself, as a reader. We don't have no idea what the fuck this nigga's thinking. Excuse me. What the F this guy's thinking, or this nigga's thinking. We have yeah, we ain't censoring nigga.
You just can't.
No
You
F
just
word,
can't.
but yes, N word.
Yeah,
Let's use a racial slur, not.
that's what I was laughing at. I was like, you censored that part, but not this.
I knew as soon as I heard Satsuki laughing, I was like, what?
It's like a Boondocks episode. That's what they do in the Boondocks. They'll censor out like certain words, but they will not censor nigga.
They racist. What was I saying? Okay. So, we're gonna touch on that more, but it's important now to reference it as well for this point. We just got introduced to a whole nother tier. I am under zero impression that Blast can beat Saitama. These individuals have to be comparable to Blast if he's providing them backup. Somewhat comparable. And when I say comparable, I mean tank top to Tatsumaki comparable. That's what I mean. I mean that there could be a gap that big, that many levels in between Blast and the strongest guy in his team. Sure, but they would still be comparable. They would still be on the same team. It's like the S-Class is still on the same team. So, if this is the case, where there's possibly individuals that could be as strong in difference to Blast as Tatsumaki is to Tank Top, I don't see that as enough to beat Saitama. Maybe it is. Maybe it is enough to reach Saitama. But if not, then I have to say this statement as a manga-only reader, as a reader of One Punch Man, and as a loyal fan. My opinion is not changing. I will continue to read One Punch Man the entirety of its way through, reacting to it, and I will stay here. No, you got nothing to worry about. But why should I believe Garou's a threat?
You shouldn't, because nothing's really been a threat. There are definitely characters in the story that have, like, when you first read it for a while, you're like, oh, is this the person? Is this the person? You know? And with this new tier, like, it adds to that. But, like, at this point, you shouldn't be like, well, this is a match for Saitama. Like, there's always going to be someone who makes you go, depending on Saitama's reaction, depends on what goes on the story, that makes you go, oh, is this going to be the guy? And then it's always, no, it's not. Like, so it's not necessarily about that, but maybe it's about bridging the gap between the level we're at now and the level we're going to get to eventually, which is like this Blast level. Make it more like understandable, like it's possible to get to that level.
Okay. So Garou might not be as strong as Blast at the end of this, but he's still going to fight Saitama, and that's going to be a great fight. Or are you saying that Garou should reach Blast's level, and then that'll be the bridge to that next tier? That we see a guy who's comparable to Blast, if not stronger than Blast, fight Saitama, and it wasn't enough. And then we'll see. Or elaborate more so on what you said.
You kind of on that first point more. I don't think Garou is the build-up around Blast. I don't think Garou is going to be at the level of Blast. But I think the whole point is, like, even if he's, like, stronger than, like, a lot of the other S-Class heroes, right? Just something so it makes it, like, whenever we get to that jump, it's not such, like, an insane, crazy jump that, like, this next level of heroes are so, like, out of nowhere, like, we've, like, light years between us and any other, like, the S-Class heroes and these next level of heroes that we're going to get to eventually are so, like, leagues and bounds beyond what we've seen. By having someone like Garou and be like, oh, they're strong. It's like when Garou was doing this, it's like, it's where we can go, like, their strength is similar to, like, Garou at the end. Not necessarily Blast, because I think Blast is S-Class rank 1 for a reason. But at the same time, I think it's built more the first point, where, like, the whole point is, like, he's not going to be on Blast level, but he's going to have a great fight with Saitama still.
Man, I think that's actually going to be a really controversial point you just made there, Matt. Whether Garou is going to be stronger than Blast or not. Who knows?
I think like you having this like ironclad belief in Saitama isn't necessarily a bad thing, because like if someone were to shock him, then it would be a big surprise to you. I think what has happened in the story so far would lead you to believe that you would take Saitama versus the field more often than not. because of how all his fights have gone. I think that's by design.
Mhm. I agree, because I hope eventually there is a point where like, well, Saitama's got this, and maybe he doesn't. And like with Bleed, and then that's the fight where I'm like, oh, this is the one, this is it.
Nigga, that'll be the greatest fight ever, bro. When we think something about to clap and he don't, niggas, oh, that's blasphemy. Why did I just say that? That could, oh my god, why did I just say that? Like, Lord, forgive me, oh sentai. Oh my god, I can't even say his name right. I can't even, he who should not be named. He who should not be named. No one shall ever challenge you.
I'll tell you, if that happened, if Saitama was like serious punch off rip and he just ate that shit, we would all every reader would be like, oh.
Nigga, I would have to jump up my window, bro. I would have to jump up.
And then he looks down and he's got a knife in his gut and he's like, no.
That's the live reaction I want to see. I want to see just Grimm jump out the window for that.
Oh no.
You would jump
His
out
dog
like
just looking through the window.
Murata and one would be arrested because they created something that caused people to commit suicide.
Niggas would be like, heart attack, man. Niggas would have heart attacks, bro. For real, dog. And let me make this clear, bro. We should not, any of us, the people listening or us talking, should not be under any impression that this story cannot go for 20 years. One Piece has been going for more than 20 years.
It was going to originally go for 5.
Yes.
And here we are, almost 25 years in.
This is not like One Punch Man has the potential to have ended a long time ago. It could have ended at the Boros part. It could have ended a long time ago. It could end after this arc and things would be satisfactory. You don't think we really need is for somebody to challenge Saitama. This story could go on for a very long time because of the hero setup we have. We have a council, a whole legion of heroes. We could elaborate upon almost any character. We got niggas like Glasses and Moomin Rider out there still, bruh. You think the niggas not finna grow? You think they don't have a chance to have a big ass arc? The potential for Saitama to not fight somebody at his level or to not be surprised for decades, my nigga, is real. We could be here for one more decade, and Saitama hasn't been challenged. You guys disagree?
No, I agree with that, mate. I think I'm not even sure if the final boss would, and then it depends what way they want to take the story.
The final boss can't challenge. He had to kill himself.
God incarnate, and it's just that's it. And it's like any other panel of Saitama one punching him.
I drop. I have to drop.
I think that's ballsy as hell to make that move. This is all just this is all headcanon.
Saitama goes dark. That's how the story goes towards the end. God promises him infinite coupons, and he's just like, hey, maybe I'll take that.
You guys know Sawyer 7 Mage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shit, bro, that's us, nigga. We finna be 35 out here on that one punch type this bitch. That shit finna be great still, bro. Murata finna be like a whole 55 drawing that. How old is the author for Hunter x Hunter and Berserk?
He is 55, I believe.
Nigga.
You know the author for Berserk is
dead.
See.
Yeah, I know that, but he was old, right? Whenever
they're around the same age. I think Kentaro Miura is a year older. He may be older than Tagashi by months. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, Tagashi is 55.
Damn, bro.
Born in 66.
Isn't Murata like 13 there or some shit like that? Like this nigga
What?
young, this nigga young as hell, bro.
What?
Murata's what?
Is he 13?
Oh, you said 43. I think you said 23 for a second there too. I'm like, nigga, what?
No, I'd reflect to my life. He's 23, drawing like that.
Yo, hold on. Am I doing math wrong?
Probably.
Nah,
66 to 21.
Tagashi is older than Miura. I didn't know that. They're both born in 66, but Tagashi was born in April. Kentaro Miura was born in July. So he's a bit older.
Damn, bro. It's crazy how we just got a whole nother tier of niggas, and we're supposed to believe that Garou is gonna be a challenge for Saitama. Like that's honestly a serious, like, I'm not even bullshitting. And to be honest, I want niggas to come at me for this phrase I just made right there, or that realization we just pointed out right there. Like, we just got introduced to niggas who are comparable to Blast, and Garou is gonna match Saitama or be a threat for Saitama. Like, what did this just took away all the hype for the fight? Did it not? Maybe not. All right, that's an exaggeration. That's just gonna be fire gas, big that thing. But he's gonna win.
Of course, he's gonna win.
Yeah, he. But also like us believing that Garou is going to put up a fight with Saitama is just like just from a fan expectations. Like, do you expect us to come at this arc without Saitama to get a good fight with Garou? Like, it has to happen,
Yeah,
bro. With all this hype over the course of the series with Garou, it can't end without a fight between them being good.
Oh shit, Satsuki, are you? I think you just touched on. Is it possible that Garou doesn't fight Saitama this arc? Do you see any future where that can happen?
That would be that would be like, I'll say it'll be interesting if one plans something like that, but I don't think it happens. But that would be mad interesting because like that's something we all expect.
Yeah.
But if he didn't do that, like that I'll be like, yo, okay. Like that kind of like changes everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it depends who one goes over to and like with Flashy Flash and his booty on the floor. I don't know, man.
Oh my god.
That's so gay, bro.
Hey, good thing Vomit if you're ugly out, because if he would have saw Flash
Yo, he would have like, what kind of panties he wearing?
I'm eating ass tonight.
Oh shit! He would have been drooling all over Flashy cheeks, be like, "Oh, let me put him down."
Oh man.
Let's turn this manga R-rated, shall we?
Oh shit. Let's see here. I think.
But wait, is Fear Ugly out? Does that confirm it?
I think so. He melted in on himself, so.
Yeah, he couldn't
Oh,
maintain his form.
That's so disappointing, man.
Yeah, man.
More reason why this seems like we're reaching the actual climax of this arc.
For sure. But the only hope, the last hope, I made a prediction video about it, was the fact that we could possibly have Psychos, Rover, and Phoenix Man, and the two Ninja Brothers, to still interfere on the surface fight. It's becoming doubtful because the level of competition that we have now is seeming to surpass them, at least in regards to Psychos and the Ninja Brothers. But I don't know if Phoenix Man and Rover can really compete that much. Like, I still think Rover can beat Kurt and Garou right now. I still think Rover could beat the Platinum that just got defeated. So he's still in contention. But what would Rover be doing up against guys like Even Natural Water and Sage? Like, that's the fact that these two guys, behemoths, just showed up like this is just telling me that we're moving forward or moving on from the greatness that was the first surface fight with Homeless, Sperm, Fury, and the boys out there just wreaking havoc, bro. We've definitely moved on from that point, but what's next now?
That's the big question, because I think we all still speculate that Garou is going to be the main threat, or Psychos. Like, those two, we kind of have to disregard power, because I don't think any of us think, like, at least with Psychos, I don't think any of us think that Sage, Centipede, and even Natural Ocean are weaker than Psychos, but we still believe like those two are going to be the primary villains at the end of the day. So it kind of like makes us think, how are these two going to be taken out if two other people who I'll say for Garou might be weaker? Like how is that going to play out? Because we have Saitama, so of course he can take on one of them, but is he going to take on both of them? I don't know.
What if he takes them both out at the same punch?
but if that happens, then it's kind of like, why do we care about Garou and Psychos?
I get you. I could definitely see that happening. Like they get lined up. Saitama's like, "Ooh, 2 strong challengers," and he goes to do a punch, and he goes
Nah.
semi serious with
don't
it.
know
because
Keisha,
about-
no. It cannot
Right.
happen with Evil Natural Ocean. No more. If he gets taken out with another fucking punch, I'm gonna be mad, dog. Stop doing that.
Evil natural cheeks.
What are you saying, that I have the power of prediction? What I say will come true.
I hate, bro. No, I just hate the fact that I still hate the fact that Dark Shine took this man out with his pecs. That shit has me so mad, bro.
Oh shit, bro. That's man.
I don't know about but just the way the chapter ended, it gave me such like Suiryu Goketsu vibes. Where before he's like, I'm not gonna work with you. Like, how about no, just starts beating him, and then immediately Goketsu just goes, that's it, you're done. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from the end of this chapter.
That Garou's gonna just body the niggas?
No, that I feel like they're just gonna smack him down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Disaster level unknown.
I definitely don't. This is why I'm scared.
This is Elder Centipede's dad, and you're like, I don't think he can take it.
Bro, this is. I'm telling you, I don't like this. I really feel that Garou's about to body the niggas. The last page is Garou jumping up to Sage, and I think bouncing between his tentacles and shit like that. Like already attacking him in the face or whatever. Like, you're doing too much. Like, he's taking over the entirety of the storyline. You had a lot of really other good characters and you're just throwing away to Garou. Fine, that's okay, but the problem is that we know how it's going to end. You're not going to reach Saitama. That's why, to me, it's a waste, and we're getting rid of all these other good characters just as offerings for Garou. Like, so what? The best option would be to not have Garou fight Saitama. Fuck Saitama.
You know what?
Whoa.
Like,
Dare you?
This
Bro,
guy-
like, I
Blasphemy.
I kind of understand where Grimm is coming from, because this is sort of the, like, I know this is a weird ass comparison, but like, just bear with me for a second. This kind of reminds me of like why I had an issue down the line with Food Wars, because if you watch Food Wars, the issue I had with it, at least down the line, is I felt like the stakes became too high to where I was like, that's not happening. You like, for example, there would be some cooking battles in which if Soma loses, he gets expelled. I'm like, when you bring the stakes up that high, it's not happening. He's not getting the spell, or even if he loses this, something else is going to happen to where that consequence is not a consequence, is not happening. So with us having Sage Centipede, to this day on this podcast, you can check other podcasts, we were speculating how strong is Elder Centipede? How would he fare to today's competition? Because that's a fair speculation to talk about, because he got taken out by Saitama, and we saw what he did against Genos. Bang, bomb. We were speculating what would happen with Elder fucking Centipede. We have a level above that with Sage Centipede now, and Evil Natural Ocean. So it's kind of like with those two threats coming, and Saitama and Garou being like the last people here to fend them off, and us speculating that Garou and Psychos are going to be like the last or the final villains in it, is leading us to believe that they have to take them out. I don't know like how, like what the matchups would be, but I mean, Garou has to be involved in it. So if he does take them out too, then it's like, shit, bro. Like, are they just going to be fodder for Garou's evolution?
That's what it is, 100%. You summed it up exactly how it is. That Food Wars example was perfect. It takes away from it. It takes away 100% from it.
Yeah, I really hope that's not the case. I'm hoping next chapter, like first couple pages, we see Sage Centipede just going and Garou going into the ground. That would be cool. I'd be fine with that. And then I would anticipate there'd be some sort of god interaction with Garou. But the thing is, Garou's shown such little cooperation with anybody that I don't think God would be able to coerce him into a kind of a relationship or a partnership of any sort.
Well, isn't that the thing about like Sage Centipede? What was it he says? because like the whole thing, Garou's new technique is the monster god slaying fist.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I did not like that. This whole dialogue shit. You want me to read what he said?
And we've been sent to destroy the abominable fist that's turned against God by our incarnation of by the incarnation of our Father, the Earth. So isn't this like, because like going back to that chapter, wasn't like their reaction like after he was like, "Oh, I'll slay any monster that stands in my way, even God," and then God was kind of like, "Nah, mate."
I think we either got a flash to the resurrection thing or something definitely happened where we saw God after that statement there. But this is what I'm talking about. It's just the name of technique. That'd be as if like Bang said, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you with the water stream," and then even Natural Water got mad about that shit. Like, it's just the name of the technique. What the fuck are you talking about? That's why I'm like confused here.
But it's blasphemy for God, because it's like, oh, this is a fist meant to kill God. So if he considers himself a god, he's like, well, no, that's blasphemy, man. I'm not putting up.
Have we even gotten a panel of this nigga being named God?
I mean, that's what everyone's calling him.
So we actually don't have. We've never gotten a name that calls him God in this series, have we?
Grimm, what do you think he's really called? Go.
George.
I was thinking like a Jerry or something, so I'll take that.
Name's Jimmy Bob.
Right, this is Keith. He's the god level threat.
Caillou. No, I mean, I guess somebody probably will point out, "Oh no, they called him God here" or something like that. So I'll wait for that. But that's honestly my interpretation of what happened. And am I wrong? Like, from your recollection, is this not the name of his technique, fighting style? He made a quote about like, "No one's gonna threaten me," or he was talking shit to anybody, and he just happened to say God, like metaphorically saying that like even God wouldn't stand a chance up against me. And this nigga hasn't been named God. So what the fuck is the relevance here? What is the connection here?
Well, if he's taking offense to that, maybe his name is God.
And God or Bob, no in between.
Well, his name's Dog because it's just God spelled backwards.
I mean, it could be. So he says we've been sent here to destroy the abominable fist that's turned against God. So that could either be. It could be any number of people. It could be Garou.
He actually says, "Sorry, I will even destroy the unreliable crutch known as God."
That's what Garou says, yeah?
Yeah.
But when it comes to Sage Centipede, it looks like he's referring to Garou, and it looks like he's looking down towards Garou. But he could also be referring to Tatsumaki, because she's the only one that's actually turned away from the offer that we've known so far, that we've seen.
He says, "Insolent tiny humans, hear me. We have been sent here to destroy the abominable fist that turned against God." It's fucking clownery, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? By the incarnation of our Father, the Earth.
Yes, I think he's referring to himself there.
And the incarnation of our mother, the ocean. The translation has to be wrong, or we're missing something. I don't get. That's just really confusing there. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know.
Oh, that'd be some scary shit, dog. Imagine like you just on a cruise, bro. You think you having fun, and then like you just go on a deck to try to catch some sun, and then you see evil natural water. Oh my god, dog. I'll be traumatized, bro. I would never touch water.
Hell nah, man.
I mean,
the water's alive.
Well, you remember last chapter with the guys on the crew on the aircraft carrier? They're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Dog, I swear to God, I would never swim after that if I lived. I would I'm not swimming now. But did like damn like if someone hit me with a water gun, like I'm about to shoot you with a real gun.
Forget what
you
movie
doing?
it was. I want to say it was 2012. Like there was a man. He was like a musician on a cruise liner, and he like contacted his son, who was in Japan at the time, and then the wave hits the boat, and it just like the phone cuts out. That's the kind of tension I would imagine you would feel.
Oh, this just be like pure like irrational fear of like like because I like that shit would be so crazy. Like the ocean is already scary to me. Just how vast it is, like thinking about it and thinking about like what could lie under there. But then you just see it pop out with eyes like looking, staring at you, bro. Nah, hell nah.
That's just scary as hell, bro. That's just scary as hell.
Fear.
The eyes in the water
incarnate.
just looking at you. Hey, pretty boy. You're like, oh man.
I was like, bro.
If
Very
that's the only
sexy.
thing
I'm
that
about to
people
wreck
at
your
water
day.
ever says.
Who would be the scariest monster? Like if we saw them in real life, realistic situation, like who would be the scariest monster?
Oh, it's still Fuhrer.
What?
Fuhra's up there. Royal Ripper's pretty scary. Face Ripper, actually. Super
Oh,
scary.
Oh my
yeah,
god, yeah,
ooh.
Face Ripper was. Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's
like,
a nightmare shit.
right,
Imagine-
someone who got done so dirty in season 2 was Face Ripper, guys.
Yeah.
Like he went from being a scary psycho to a pepperoni man.
Still waiting for a monster that can like become your fears.
Oh, like it.
Yeah.
I mean, not to continue in the Face Ripper thing, but like, imagine you're sitting there like you're with your friend, and then you guys get attacked by him. You run away, leaving your fucking best friend there like a fucking coward. And then the next time it happens, you get attacked by Face Ripper again. You see your best friend's face on his chest. Like, that's
Well,
terrifying,
shit.
Mm.
This is the results of my actions. But
Do
then
we have
again,
a-
that can...
Do we have a monster that focuses on like illusions? Have we gotten that yet?
I mean, we kind of thought Fear Ugly was that for a second.
Phoenix Man kinda did that.
Yeah, with the
I
Phoenix
mean,
space.
he does like produce dimensions or something,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of. But I'm trying to think if there's any of them. It'd be when Vakuma was like absorbing all of them. If there's any of them, it'd be in there because when he got all their powers.
Mm.
Dude, Vakuma in real life, I would shit my pants, man. An elephant in a suit? Nah,
He
he,
looks-
was looking fresh though.
Well, you're gonna kill me, but you look good, mate. I gotta be honest.
Oh,
with you. That's
he
a
is.
good suit.
He's the evil cousin of that one elephant from that TV show, like Babar or whatever. Because the king was a fucking elephant in a suit.
There's
Oh
that-
yeah, we going back. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Part of our successful older cousin.
There's that one panel of a black sperm where everything's just blacked out and it's just his white face. That's pretty creepy.
I mean,
Yeah, that's terrifying. Imagine that
I'm just trying to
appearing
think.
3 o'clock at the end of your bed.
Well, it's like I'm trying to imagine, like, if I just saw them on his own, 'cause saw black sperm on his own, I'd be like, whatever, you know. But obviously, like,
Big
once you
reject.
turns on, like, you're making fun of me, aren't you? That's a different.
And he just starts multiplying. It's like, okay, this got interesting real fucking quick.
All right. So let's talk about probably the most shocking part of the chapter, at least to me, in my personal opinion. I was speechless because of the implications. So we got 8 pages added to the chapter, giving more context to the Tatsumaki proposal. I guess is a good way to put it. So we've seen God offer power to Psychos. We've seen God offer power to Homeless Emperor. We've seen his attempt at offering power to Flashy Monaco and Saitama. But here, this was a little bit more heinous. A little bit more close. Maybe it's the fact that she's exhausted, beat down. Maybe it's the manner in which he decided to approach Tatsumaki. Speaking about creepy and scary, God offers Tatsumaki the deal. What do you? What did you guys think of this?
So I'll just say from the added panels or added pages, it kind of changed my perspective on it. I don't even really know what I initially thought now that I've read them. Well, before we started the podcast, but definitely pride for Tatsumaki for turning it down. Um, just because she remembered who Blast was and those words that were said to her like lingers in her minds to this day. That's why she kind of was able to tell that um God posing as Blast wasn't actually Blast. So I think it's more so like a testament to the mental fortitude of Tatsumaki, or just like her being able to see through things, her perception. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I also really enjoyed the extra 8 pages because it added more context to why Tatsumaki just denied it instead of being like, "Who are you?" Because when I first read it, I thought she just looked at the face and could see what was really going on. Yeah, I like the whole little interaction, but that ending of just like, which like, who are the face of like Blast, but with like God's like detail on is so creepy to me. Like for like a minute, I was like, "Is Blast real? Is Blast fake? Is God Blast?" Blah 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 blah. And then literally like 2 pages later, I'm like, "It's fine. You're overthinking it."
Definitely had that.
Yeah,
So I'm with
but
you on that one.
yeah, but like really, I really enjoyed it because like Satsuki said, it's about Tatsumaki remembering who Blast really is. That really kind of cemented what made that scene so good. Because if she played a little different, she might have taken it, you know. But the fact that she knew who like her hero was completely changed how it all went down.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I saw his face, I was like, "All for one, you can traverse mangas? What the hell's going on here?" But yeah, like the other two said, just the way that Tatsumaki actually gauged who it was, I thought that was a really, really cool callback to the previous chapter when we saw. I think she mentions it earlier, that same phrase, "When the time comes, don't go expecting someone to come save you." So I really liked that callback, and that was how she identified that he was in fact not Blast. I wasn't sure why we had the. I was cool with the whole scene. I really liked it, and I thought it was super creepy when we saw Blast face. But I wasn't sure why we had the kind of sparkly stuff going on, because that was Platinum Sperm exploding. But then we had that continue in the scene with Tatsumaki and Blast, or God. And the only time it quits is when she identifies that he's not Blast. All the sparkly stuff just vanishes. So I was wondering what the kind of purpose of that was. Was it to show that there was that this was some sort of illusion, or was it just kind of set the scene, or was there something more to it?
I think it was just to set the scene. The illusion was disproven with the whole king realization. I asked it myself. I didn't know. I honestly didn't find evidence to say that God didn't physically manifest there. I thought he really physically manifested as a Blast in front of her. But somebody pointed out that King only realized that somebody was in front of Tatsumaki whenever Blast actually showed up there. So that would probably be the best decider. Or you could say that he couldn't sense God's presence. Whatever the case is, it does look like it was an illusion.
Yeah, whatever it was, whether it was physical or mental, the only one that seems to have been able to detect it. Well, two people were Tatsumaki and Blast himself.
Okay. Considering that King was there and everything, what if God had reached out to him? Because we know
He'd have a
that.
heart attack and die.
No, it's like, okay, King has been in such a stressful situation this arc. It's like, but imagine when the threats get bigger, which I know is saying a lot given what's been happening this arc. What happens when he's beaten down to such a point and then God extends his hand? Would King take it?
No.
I would hope not, but what if he uses that power in a way you don't expect? It's like where he fucking turns everything else around and it's like, nope, I'll take that power, but fuck that. I'm changing my luck. I'm pushing all this shit away from me. Get the hell out of my face. I'm tired of this
That would be a
crap.
nice twist, or not a nice twist, but a twist if King got strong by God's influence, but it'd be too temporary. But it's interesting though because there are some other heroes who honestly would probably take this. Like we were pointing out how these heroes are very, very prideful, particularly the ninjas. You think Flashy would take the deal?
There's an argument there because when Sonic got like similar situations,
Oh,
Sonic got
shit,
possessed with,
yeah!
cells, like he was gonna eat them. He messed up with how he ate them. That's all it is.
Mhm.
So I think he could have potentially.
I think he would have definitely did it, especially in the aftermath of finding out there's people like Saitama, Garou, and Platinum Sperm who are faster than him. I think that alone, like the idea of him not being a true hero is already out there, but coupled with the fact that the thing that he takes pride in was taken away from him in one fucking day by 3 other people, I think he would have taken that deal.
Yeah, I agree. I think if there's anyone God was going to go to, number one guy would be Flash. That guy he's looking for any reason at this moment to kind of get back up and say, no, cause let's have a rematch. So yeah, I would go to Flash.
I mean, I honestly would have said that Tatsumaki was gonna say no because of that quote that she like. This is probably like one of the most well foreshadowed aspects there. Not the fact that he would offer her this, but the fact that this character is entirely based on this quote. We talked about this several times. How this is her life, her personality, everything is built around this quote right here. When the time comes, do not go expecting someone to come save you. This is even the main problem that she has. Fubuki even mentioned it that Blast saved her, but has put her in perpetual jeopardy because of it. Now she's only dependent on herself, and she has to work towards that. So I think that even without her reminiscing about Blast or no, let me rephrase that. She would have always said no. Tatsumaki wouldn't depend on anybody else to power her up, just because of how she's been turned into. She would have always said no.
Well, you wonder what would have happened if God popped up as Genos and didn't actually like offer power, just instead offered a hand. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe the way the contract, quote unquote, works is he has to directly offer power. Because he could have said anything else. He could have just been like, "Yo, take my hand" or something.
Here, let me give you a hand. And then you take the hand and it's like, oh god, I got Bill ciphered. Motherfucker. No.
It does seem like it definitely has to be like a willing transfer.
Yeah, like you had to have dependence on God in this moment.
Yeah.
You have to want God's power to give it. Like you have to. It's like that's why he keeps. It's like what did he say when he met Saitama, Monaco, and Flashy? Was it like was it just offer for power? Or was it like any wish or something?
Oof.
Yeah, that's when I thought he was more of a genie kind of deal.
What was the chapter number for that, or the title?
I don't have a clue anymore.
130 something.
130. Shit.
Yeah, we've come a long way.
Glorious Being, maybe? No.
Hang on, it's like my most viewed video. Give me a sec.
Twist. Indomitable? No. Into the Abyss, maybe? Or Abyss? It's one of those two. It's 138 or 139, I think.
139.
139, yeah. Okay. Okay, so before the deal. Okay, so
because that's the chapter that shows up, yeah.
So the dialogue says, 3 at once? How unusual. Yeah, this all this shit was cryptic and we still haven't gotten answers for half of this shit, bro. What do you mean how unusual? So mostly one nigga's the one that usually approaches you, bro? I thought you were the one that was going to them. This time they came to you, to your box. Like, is there a box around Tatsumaki? Is that why God showed up now? Like, all kinds of questions, man. It says, allow me to see if you are deserving vessels to bestow my power upon. Place your hand upon that box and make a fervent wish. If you are worthy vessel, you shall receive power from it. If not, you shall face forfeiture.
Mm.
You know what that all amounts to?
So is she laying on the box or something like that? Like that's what it. Or like if you touch the box, is that what solidifies it? Do you not even have to be willing?
Actually, we never saw like homeless touch anything.
That's true. We didn't.
Unless
Or
that
Psycho's touching
crate,
the
unless that crate that he was going to use to step up to the noose was the box.
Well, let me ask you this:
Hey.
do you think Blast's hand could be an extension of the box?
What?
Oh,
Because,
as in
like-
the fake blast.
Yeah, the fake Blast.
Oh.
Because he was reaching out his hand.
But I mean, if he can make the box disappear, because it seemed like the boxes are like physical items that are around, kind of like, I don't want to say portals, but maybe like a cell phone, to where the call acts as God giving you power. So hey, pick up the cell phone and let me see if the sound is good or not, or if the quality is good, and if it's good, then yeah, accept the deal and I'll send you the power. But if not, then I'm gonna take your soul. Type shit like that. That's what it seems like.
Such a weird way to put it.
It's just like a medium for the power to flow.
Yeah, for them to receive the power. Yeah.
He seems
If
to
I'm
be in
getting
a
a call
whole
like that,
nother
I'm
dimension.
hanging up and blocking that number. If I get a call,
Like,
it's a
I'm like,
it's a
God.
spam
spam. I'm
call.
looking up the number online. I'm like, right, who's calling me?
Dog, I get so many scam calls every day. Oh my god, bro!
I love my
Why does
new
everybody
phone.
scam?
The
I
amount
love
of
my
times
new
I
phone.
get,
It
like,
just tells me it's scam risk, so I don't even pick it up.
I just get the same one. It's always like, oh, the police are on the way to arrest you. I'm like, cool, thanks for that.
Oh,
Got that
hell.
before?
Yeah. Unless you paid the spill. It's like, well, thank you for giving me the heads up.
All I ever get is like the same bullshit about my car warranty's about to run out. And it's like at the time my car was like 20 years old. Of course the warranty had run out.
Nah, it's got to be the Indian guy, man. It's got to be place your hand up on that box and make a fervent wish.
Somebody clip that.
perfect
Somebody
accent.
clip that.
I told the sun now.
That shit was godly, bro. This nigga sound Indian.
Love Loved it. Loved it. Racist as fuck, but loved it. We gotta clip that and make that a soundbite.
Oh shit. But no, yeah, that would have been shit, bro. Like, what the fuck is up with God, dog?
I mean, One Punch Man, if you get season 3, you're looking for a dub for God. I think Sundown's your guy.
You already know. Place your head on these bucks. I can't even do it, bro.
You know where to find me.
Dog, I'll be done.
That'd be incredible. Oh, God, that'd be the most insane.
God with an Indian accent. Oh shit.
Wait, Sundown is God. Cast me a shower head and we'll get Ross.
As you guys were talking, I kind of I thought about this. Blast's reaction to Tatsumaki resisting it kind of gave me the idea that he's probably seen this firsthand to like maybe friends or something like that have fallen into the temptation and tried to get that power, and maybe he's he's had to deal with the consequences of that.
That's definitely the case. 139 definitely alluded to that. He comes in and he's like, "Oh, you guys didn't accept the deal, right? Yet, or some shit like that." Like that's definitely the case, and it's weird that. But this whole shit is weird. This motherfucker's going around saying, "Hey, you want some candy? You want some candy?" Like type shit. Like this is all weird as fuck, bro. And he's showing up saving niggas after. Or what would have Blast done if she did accept the deal? Like, is he gonna have to kill her? Like, is there a way to get the power out? It seems like there isn't. Because last time he was like, it's too late.
Connection.
Yeah,
That's a really good question. I don't know.
Okay,
Does it
those
start like
people-
this? Go ahead.
You know those people in the portal where he said I have allies, I'm not alone? What if those are people that have not accepted the deal and could resist it? And that's why he's recruiting them.
It could be the case, because you'd imagine God would only make himself apparent to someone in that way, not the same way as through the box. Through the box, he had to kind of say, "Oh, let me see if you're strong enough." But the people he personally makes an appearance for, like Tatsumaki, you'd assume are really strong individuals. So that could be the case. And then Blast's dialogue in this chapter was super weird as well, because he says we managed to hold that thing off at the brink, suggesting that apparition or that version of God they were holding back, and only because Blast has appeared in this area through his portal stuff, that's possibly the reason why that thing is there.
We managed to hold that thing off at the brink, but I allowed it to come into contact with her directly, while we had slipped into a cleft in time due to the cube's effects. What the fuck are you talking about?
What is going on with this cube?
Because in 139, it addresses these things. This is not new information. Like, I was just seeing that. In 139, Blast confirms what we said about the box in the first place. That it is a communication device. This is, it says verbatim. You touched it without knowing, huh? This cube is somewhat of a communication device. If you come into contact with it, a rift will open in the fabric of space, letting you communicate with him. And now, with this fucking dialogue here about this brink shit.
Oh, okay, so he's saying... Okay, so I don't think he's referring to his first teleport from his team, whoever they are. I think he's referring to... We managed to hold that thing off at the brink. So he's talking about when he went to Saitama, Lash, and Monoko. But then when they teleported out of there, in that time, that god creature came to Tatsumaki and was like, "Yo, what's up?"
Yeah, but what does he mean by managed to hold it up? You didn't do shit.
Well, no, I mean, look at him. Like, look at Blast compared to 139 to 156. He's got like dried blood. He's beaten. He's got some dust on him.
What the fuck? So they are talking about whatchamacallit, the
Another
team.
time.
Yeah, the other team. What the fuck happened here? Yeah, because he left. That's what happened. He dropped him off to the service and he left right away, right? Remember that whole
Oh,
yeah. And then
so he might have left with the box, gone to his team.
In time, like One Punch Man time, how long has it been since he left and came back? Like, so 5-10 minutes maybe?
Shit, the Garou fight is the second.
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah, it's definitely been a shorter, because we're definitely talking about a time warp here, right? The box is warping space and time, because we saw that whenever that's the first instance whenever Blast brought the boys to the surface, the whole entirety of the surface fight had already happened, and to them it was an instant. So we know that it does mess with time and space like that, but it seems as if it's still consistent. Blast and the boys had a whole fight with God or something like that, a whole conversation with God in this slip space that he went to after he dropped Saitama off on the surface. And now he got back here to find Tatsumaki, because I guess God may have slipped away from the fight wherever they were and came here to offer her, like, "Hey, I'm gonna need your help, bitch. You need come on here, Tatsumaki. I need your help, bitch." And that actually puts into question the validity of where the hell is Orochi, which we'll talk about in a second. It is the Sage and Evil Natural Ocean. Are they talking about God? Like, I thought he's fighting Blast, so he's making niggas while fighting Blast too.
Do you think that God might be an entity that can only work through mediums, through other people? Like, is God going to have a physical form at one point by itself, or can it only give his power through other people?
I think it works both ways. So I think at the moment it can only give its power to other people, but I think the reason it's possibly doing that is to search for a vessel that's strong enough to contain its own powers. I think that kind of ties in with the writing on the wall, the prophecy thingy. Didn't it say something about searching for a vessel there as well?
We at least saw the depiction of offerings, so I would assume it may have something with him coming into a vessel. It's clear that what you're pointing out is clear, that we've seen this individual not in his physical form the entire time. He's interfered with multiple different events and multiple different scenarios, and we've yet to see a physical form. And this is the closest time. We saw him on the moon. We don't know if that was real or not. We saw him here. We can confirm it wasn't real. So it's almost as if like every single time we're seeing God, no, it's not his physical form.
Yeah, he should have a physical form at some point. Go back to the mural. It says, crossing the vast expanse of time, our God shall resurrect on this earth. So at some point, I'd imagine God should have a physical form. What it is a different question.
All right. So I don't want to spoil y'all, but that nigga might be me. I got a sneaky feeling.
This
Okay.
nigga, bro.
They go see Satsuki the Savage, God level threat. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Man, I mean, if you're looking for all for one with dreads, I mean,
Man, people gonna be mad. They gonna be like, why is it good God? Oh my
Mate,
god.
that's going to be your best reaction ever. You react to go, it's just a mirror for the next page. Like, oh, it's me.
That's me.
That's me. I'm the God level threat. That's all right.
Oh, shit. Hey, I'm like, you right, Murata, you right. And then, you already know Murata gonna draw me good. I can't wait to see how my ass look.
Yo, you gay! Yo, nigga's gay, bro. You just nigga want Murata to draw his ass. That's what he said all that so he can say that Murata, he wants Murata to draw his ass.
Grim, it is a privilege to get your ass drawn by Murata.
Yo, nigga's gay, bro.
You know I'm gonna get a boost, bro. You see how Fubuki look in the whale comic? Bro, I'm about to get a big boost. I'm about to get a big boost, boy.
Yo, you dirty, bro.
Man, that man finna turn me to a 6 to a goddamn 9. Flip that motherfucker upside down.
That's what you trying to look cute finally. If I can't do it 3D, let me do 2D.
Ooh, in the manga, okay. They gonna be like, you ugly. I'm like, have you read chapter 260?
That's called God the Savage.
man, but your backstory is gonna be some weird stuff like, he's not really black. He's fake tan.
Oh shit!
Hey, don't expose me. Don't expose me.
Until he made a fervent wish.
Oh shit! Still the most controversial part of One Punch, bro. Darkseid ain't black. He's tan.
Still a sad revelation.
All right, so we were talking about some pretty creepy and eerie stuff, and the appearances of creepy monsters. But here, this may take the cake. Once Tatsumaki questions who's the entity in front of her, acknowledging that it's not Blast, God reveals himself, exposing his face on Blast's face. What'd you guys think?
Fucking love it. So good. So creepy. Like I said, like I had like a million thoughts going. Like, is Blast real? Is God black? Like, such a good like drawing.
Why, he's so damn powerful. He's a literal god.
It would have been crazy if God was masquerading as Blast the entire time. Oh my god.
And that's why he doesn't show up that often, because he likes to fuck with people.
This panel was genuinely scary. Like, it was like, we saw it's just like, bro, what am I looking at?
Man, I legit gasped at this when I watched
This
when I
war
saw
veteran has seen some battle.
Like, this is like just a great example of like why I believe, of course I haven't read the webcomic, but why I believe that Murata's artist, his art is needed in this manga, because like I can't see myself looking at this in webcomic form, but like, oh shit, I'm scared. Like, the way Murata drew this is like, shit, that's kind of terrifying.
Sorry, it's small details. Well, like, you compared that Blast to like the Blast from now. Like, the Blast, like this Blast has got like darker hair. He's younger, so it's how Tatsumaki remembers compared to like actual Blast, who's going older. He's going grey.
Okay, that's actually a very good point. Yeah,
bro, man, what the fuck? Matt got some. I did not notice that until you said that.
I really did not notice that either. Yeah, damn.
Nice catch, nice catch.
Yeah, and the whole bloodshed, yeah, like Blast was getting clapped, bro. Damn, bro. This nigga look like Tatsumaki.
Yeah, because I'm trying to look. Because I don't think he has that beard either. Granted, it has like the little whatever's covering it, but yeah,
No,
I don't
same
think he has
yeah,
the beard.
same chapter. You can see it. Just go to the one up before the scary face, and you see him. So when he offers his hand out, he's like, "Come, take power from me." You see like clean shaved and shit. He got the long ass sideburns and shit coming out, and then you scroll down to where he's like, "Tatsumaki," and this nigga's out there like just bearded up, scruffled up and shit like that, bro. His sideburns ain't even that long, dog. Glasses on and shit.
I love that God's disappointed as well. Like as he disappears, just like he's just annoyed that he didn't win.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Like damn, I would have been strong as hell. Yeah, that would have been bro. Imagine that, dog. Like, I talked about this in the review, but like we've seen what happens when you give power to somebody that's a nobody, regular human, like homeless. You turn into a high dragon. We've seen what happens when you give power to a mid to high dragon in Psychos. She wrangled a Roti and sent out an earth cutter. What's gonna happen if you give that power to Satsumaki, bro?
No one woman should have all that power.
God.
Oh, he giving bum, bro. He gave a bum that much power. We gotta talk about it. Like because people act like there's not a difference, but there's a difference between a crackhead and a bum. He didn't have no crackhead boost. He didn't have none of that shit. Because you see some crackheads, they be like doing impossible shit. They be hitting Michael Jackson moves and shit. He wasn't a crackhead. He was just homeless. That's it. He was just a bum. And he came out with blasting the shit out of Zombie Man.
Bro, spirit bombs, bitch. Spirit bombs.
Now I want to see the crackhead. I call myself.
Oh my god!
I call myself Crackhead Kaiser.
Specifically a crackhead from Florida, though.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Florida man lives.
Nah, that's too much. You making the stakes too high. See,
Hey, we can send you some from England, but you can get some Harry Potter shit, man.
Oh shit.
Then God Leviosa.
We don't need to see that.
No.
So what'd you guys think of that King Blast interaction?
Was that an interaction?
Yeah. Because he gave Tatsumaki the key. Take this lolly.
Pretty badass moment. Doesn't this prove? Well, I honestly couldn't put it together because there's so many different instances where we've seen this, but Blast couldn't tell that King wasn't strong. So does this say something about Blast, or does this say something about overall in the series about scaling abilities?
What?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I want to say probably overall, if I have to. Oh, because when he met Saitama the first time, he wasn't like, "Oh my god, this is the strongest guy I've ever met." He was just like, "Oh, hey, you're pretty strong too," you know.
I'll say like him passing Tatsumaki on to King was more of like a testament to like King's morals and like who he is as a person rather than his power. Like, because King already put his shirt on Tatsumaki to cover her up, so it's a small gesture.
That was his shirt.
No. I'm not saying like Blast took that away, but I'm saying like that speaks to who King is. Like he had the awareness or care or whatever to like just cover Tatsumaki
over
up.
There trying to fill her up while she's half unconscious.
Okay.
What?
Whoa!
What? What just happened?
What did you say, Kishin? What the hell?
That he wasn't trying.
Let's not be too quick.
What? I'm gonna continue on with my wholesome argument because I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, go ahead.
But like I said, like I feel like King or not King, Blast was able to look at King and go like, okay, this is someone I can trust Tatsumaki to, because like one thing that should be mentioned is that Blast doesn't really know who's a villain really. like I guess you could say like villains have some certain look, but I mean, he's not really involved with anything that goes on Earth, it seems. So it's not like he could just look at someone and say like, oh yeah, you're a hero. Like I don't. I think these the first time these two ever met. So it's just like he looked at King and said like, oh, like you're probably a good person. I'll give you the Tatsumaki, or I'll give Tatsumaki to you.
I mean, he's probably at least like heard of reputation because, like, if King's like the alleged strongest man on Earth, he's probably seen and go, "Oh, you're the S-class hero King. Okay, I can trust with you because you're a good guy."
But the only problem is, I may be wrong about this, but like, or I may just be missing anything. It's like, how would he know that he's King? Like, unless he like
he
seen
knew
a
Flashy,
picture.
right?
Yeah, I think he recognizes like the S class at the very least.
Yeah.
He seems, he knew Flashy, he knew King. Has he seen anybody else? I don't think he has.
Tatsumaki.
But he knows
Been in
Tatsumaki
the
as well.
association.
I mean, he's also friends with Sitch as well, whose whole thing
Yeah.
is really head
Yeah, he
like,
did
all that
mention
threat stuff. So,
Yeah.
if anything, like I'd imagine that like we obviously don't know very little. We know very little about Blast, but if anything, like Sitch could probably at least be like, okay, these are the heroes, and like especially if it's like a tier above and he's recruiting people for something. Like
There's definitely has to be information that we're not privy to in regards to Sitch, in regards to Blast's relationship with the association, and the agreement that they have. Because he's clearly a hero that's never around. He holds the highest rank, but we don't see him, and they know about him. So there's information that we just don't know yet.
I mean, like, given the situation, I feel like it's one or two things. Like I said, it's either what I was saying, like he just thought he judged King's character and thought he was a person he could entrust Tatsumaki to, or he just, like you were trying to say, like in the beginning, Grimm, that he just can't like really like evaluate his power or whatnot, because like let's say he does know who King is and he's held as the strongest man on Earth or whatever, like in that train of thought, of course you would entrust Tatsumaki to someone like that. But again, I think it's more so like he judges that he's a good person and that's why he did it. So him giving the Tatsumaki to him would indicate one or two of those things.
Nah,
I feel.
I'm definitely leaning towards the, oh, you King, huh? I hold this, man. Let me go fight.
Yeah, I think in this series, what it might be is that the strong can identify the strong, but in this case where you have someone like Blast meeting King for like probably the first time, all he knows is that King should be strong. So I think there's that override of, okay, this guy should be strong, so I'm gonna assume everyone on Earth was right and that this guy is strong. That's the only thing I think is happening here. That Blast has heard about King, he knows he should be strong, therefore he is strong.
He has to be pretty strong because his clothes have remained intact while everyone else's are in tatters.
No, yeah, I definitely agree that, yeah, like he thinks he's strong, so he did that. But yeah. Sage Centipede, evil natural ocean.
Woo.
Or evil ocean water.
Still hate the fact that I'm so damn close with that name.
Well, we skip in the Blast team.
Damn, bro, I forgot about that. You're right. I mean, we technically talked about it a little bit, but you're right. No, you're right. Let's focus on that.
Man, that girl finna be. Team name. Ooh. I'm feeling Neutron.
okay, I like Neutron.
Okay.
You were saying Neutron.
I'm going with galactic super duper ultra mega thang doers.
Thang doers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Galactic super duper ultra mega thang doers. That's the team.
Sundown.
Yeah.
I think they are called the Thundercats.
This nigga.
Oh. I'm thinking they're just the resistors of evil power.
Total simple.
What about you, Matt?
I don't know. I don't know. Ass blasters. There you go.
This
What?
nigga. Alright, so you guys have heard Satsuki and Matt leave the closet in this One Punch Man podcast. Please support them.
Whoa!
in their endeavors.
Do you know how straight I'm straight as the little constellation they had in this chapter.
That shit was all curved. Oh shit. No, but so what I got from this picture is the guy all the way in the back with no eyes having a silhouette. He looks super cock diesel, because we don't see his eyes. And then the rest of these guys, this guy looks like Deep Sea, but maybe that's a cloak. The woman there, she looks like she has perky tits.
Man, she gonna be bad. You already know.
Oh yeah.
I think she's floating, to be honest.
Yeah, I see.
The guy on the top left with the big hair, he reminds me of like Beast King or that the Beast Monster, the Beast Monarch from Solo Leveling. Just big strong guy with a lot of hair.
He's gonna be like Overgin kind of guy.
Bro, Matt, bro. Me and Matt are cousins. That's the same shit I was thinking. No, but like the real shit, that's the same as that shit I was thinking.
What is it?
He's
What
just
is
gonna
it?
be
Vulcan from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh.
He's just
Like
gonna
we
be
both saw it.
fighting. I love fighting. We see a silhouette and I'm like, this is gonna be the guy who loves fighting more than anyone.
And you got a nigga down here with a cape. It looks like round head. I'm not sure. The other ones are a little bit hard to distinguish. No,
Knockoff side.
Yo, what that is? They include that time when their team on accident. He showed up one time to help.
Well, considering that, his portals can possibly warp time, what if that is Saitama from the future?
Shit, bro.
Nah.
Shit, bro.
He's just way older, so Blast doesn't really recognize him in the present.
What about the guy behind the girl who's got a bit of a chin?
Yeah, I don't even know, bro. Like they're all silhouetted out. It's hard to tell. Like, besides the ones we talked about, the rest of them are too similar.
Not very
It's fun to
descriptive.
just speculate though.
Well, yeah. What you guys think on your first sight?
I like how Murata has like it's only like two things. Either you bald or you got the spiky hair. That's the only thing you getting.
Unless you're a lady, you get wavy locks.
I mean, you got the my bowl. You got the what's that guy who has ropes tied around his chest or whatever?
I don't know.
The
I know who you're on about.
Support team.
Shit.
Shell, is it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but he's got bull.
Binding
bull cut.
shell.
Mm-hmm. There's the
Curry's Pro.
I think the big chin guy, the support team guy has a big chin. Doesn't he have the different hair too? I'm not sure.
See, Grimm, it's all about the best haircuts in One Punch Man. It's gone full circle. It's all about the haircuts.
Top 10 best haircuts.
Mate, that's gonna be the tier list.
Yeah. What did you guys think in your first impression, though?
I think my first impression of it was just like, damn. It's not more so like who these characters could be, but it's just like, damn, it's a whole different world out there. Like we already knew that, given what Blast was saying in previous chapters, but like that gave us confirmation that the world was bigger than what we saw happening on Earth. So it's just it's more lore and world building, really.
Which is always nice.
Yeah, it's enough there just to tease you to get your imagination going. It's like with the silhouettes, it's just fun, like thinking, who are they? What can they do? You know, especially like obviously Blast, someone of his level, going, I'm not fighting out there alone, you know, and like just it's enough there to get your imagination running wild. This is like insane of how much I've been thinking about this.
Yeah, and I think especially with this chapter, because like beforehand I was under the impression that he was only warping through space as opposed to time, and now we're getting information that there were clefts in time aspects of time being shifted. I'm just like, man, these guys could be absolutely anybody from whatever possible time, and they just look so cool, all like striking hero poses and stuff like that. So yeah, I was like, man, they look so cool. Don't know how they look like, but they look like they might be super cool. And the fact that he's fighting alongside them just speaks volumes of their strength. So I can't wait to see what they actually do.
Hell yeah, bro.
Y'all know how crazy this arc is?
So much shit has happened in this arc.
Bro, the Earth got cut.
Because no. Because what I'm talking about it. Think about like the previous arc, like how grounded shit was, and like we go to this arc to where like, because we didn't really have a perception of God last arc. Now God is a prominent figure. There could be a world outside of what we know. There's fucking Blast showing up. What Grimm talked about with the God Cutter. All these this arc is crazy, bro.
This is what amazes me about One Punch Man. Is like, this is an insane arc, and I don't get why not enough people are talking about this.
This is ridiculous. This is a war arc. This was for all intents and purposes a war arc, and you can't tell me the Naruto arc is better than this bit. Maybe the Madara versus the 5 Kages, but the whole rest of the arc, nigga, somebody cut the earth, bitch. Like it's not Infinite Tsukuyomi. Somebody cut the earth, bitch. Like, and no, there are more niggas now. There's a whole nother level. A whole nother level. 10 years, I'm telling you, bro. 10 years, dog. How many chapters? We got through like 15 chapters last year. 16 chapters. Was it 15 times 10? What's that?
150.
Nigga.
We'll be at 300.
We'll be at 310 years, nigga. Stop!
Did you go to school?
I know.
Hey, shut up, bro. Hey, shut up, dog.
My guy said, what's 15 by 10? What's 1 plus 1, Graham?
2. Oh, I mean 3. Damn. No, but like, bro, the potential here, and it's like we didn't give an inaccurate like description or something. Like I said, sure you could find ways of ending the storyline, but not without fucking leaving all kinds of loose ends. All kinds of loose ends, bro. This would be worse than Ties, but worse than all them shits, bro. Like,
don't mention that. Don't talk about that no more, man.
we at least
The apocalypse might be able to fix some of that. We just gotta give it time.
from what we got just in this arc, the lines and storylines we built just from this arc, you at least have another 2 to 3 years just to resolve the things that are presented in this arc. And that's not mentioning all the other previous storylines that were already out there going into this arc that have only expanded or grown or widened more so.
Well, if the rate things are going, it might be 2 or 3 more years before this arc is finished. God damn, we started this arc when I basically
2019.
joined the podcast. That was like chapter 92.
Yeah. We the podcast started with in the midst of this arc.
Yeah.
I think I could be wrong, but I think the first podcast, and I'm talking about podcasts with us together. I'm not talking about when we were officially the One Punch Man podcast, because we talked before this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay then.
That was when
Yeah.
Grimm got us all together. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
when was that? That was
Because I remember that because it was me, Grimm. I know for sure Matt was there. But I remember like the core person in that was Tom.
Tom. Yes, of course, Tom was part of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I
remember
remember
that.
this. I remember this. This is what happened. It was me and Zarso. It was the One Punch Man podcast and the Boar's Hat podcast. And I was trying to find people to do it, but I was like, if I can't find people, I'm just gonna do it and then whatever happens. And it was just like I'm not worried about who's watching or who's gonna join. I was just doing that. Then I started to reach out to people, and it was Sundown,
Yes,
Matt,
sir.
Satsuki, and Zhoniin, and Tom kept working. Tom had like 50 channels, bro. It was like every other week Tom would delete his channel.
A lot of channels.
Yeah, bro.
Who is Tom? I don't know who Tom is.
There was a
Dumb Tom is how I know him.
there was a
There's lot of
different
different
podcast or something. It was a different discussion video that we did
Oh,
before
him?
the podcast. Yeah, it was, and I think it was me, Matt, and Satsuki on that one. I'm not sure if Satsuki was even. I think you were on that one. It was a discussion we did before we started the podcast where I found, I think I don't know who I found, bro, but I found somebody in that discussion, and then I found Matt and Sundown, and then we got together for the first time for that podcast, and then it just kept rolling like that, and then Zoe was in there too. It kept rolling like that, but damn, it was last channel before this channel even. Yep.
I just mentioned Tom because he was definitely, I remember he was like the central figure because at the time I didn't really know any of y'all. So he was like the link to get me in things. It's funny that he's not involved in it now, but
let's get Tom on the podcast.
That's why I always give like Tom his credit for everything, because I was not somebody who was like trying to network or anything. I wasn't talking to anybody. I was just doing videos and I was leaving it at that. I wasn't trying to talk to other YouTubers or collab or anything like that. But Tom was the one who was like the bridge and everything. So shout out to him.
Exact same for me. I was like, I'll collaborate eventually. And Tom was like, talk to these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Tom was good, but Tom never like. Bro, it's not like we didn't invite Tom on the podcast. Tom just never showed up. Like, the nigga was always, bro, I'm telling you, the nigga had 100 different channels, been doing 100 different things.
Did.
Like, yeah,
He
like,
did.
I got on his ass
That's a
about
lot of
that.
pies.
I got on his ass about that. I said, hey, because he got to one point, he was like, yeah, this is gonna be my last channel. I said, Tom, I'm about to clip your ass. I'm about to clip your ass. If you say this is your last channel, I want you to stick to it. I clipped his ass. He lied and had another channel.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, it's Tom. If you're listening, jump on the podcast.
Yeah, bro. Open invite, dog. Just join the Discord and then just DM somebody, dog, and then we'll let you know when the next podcast is, bro. But yeah, you're welcome anytime, my nigga.
Yeah, that's
And
my
speaking
boy
of
for
DMs,
life.
I was actually trying to look for the first message that Grimm sent me because I thought it was on Twitter, but I can't find anything. It just
No, I remember mine because I kept talking to you on the comments, and he eventually like, "Can you just please stop talking onto YouTube and message me on Twitter?"
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. YouTube comments. That's what it was. I found y'all niggas off of YouTube searching like that. Yeah.
Yo, oh wow, did I talk to you on YouTube then?
Yeah, it had to have been on YouTube. Yeah.
I know that's how we met.
Yup, that's exactly. Yes, that's what it was. I was looking for niggas, and y'all are the niggas I found. Yes.
See, this is Grimm's blast, and we're all the silhouettes.
Oh,
Hey, Satsuki's a girl.
Hey, that's fine with me. I got a good figure.
This nigga, bro. He just want a good ass.
Well, now we just need a decent enough artist to like modify the silhouette, change up Blast Head, and that'll become the new podcast artwork.
Wait.
there.
How many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's 8 in all.
We're gonna get some more people
So-
to join the podcast.
So okay. So Grimm would be excluded. Okay, so it would be me, Sundown, Matt, Keishan, Steve-O.
Steve-O. Yeah.
Let's just put Zarso in that motherfucker.
Come in there.
Shonen has to be in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Shonen's got to be there.
And then who else?
Get Tom in there.
Oh yeah, Tom.
Tom will be,
Tom,
there
Tom
we
will be
go.
the one in the back. He's like, I'm
right,
here
can we
in
be honest, guys. Steve-O's the guy just hanging on like Blast shouldered, like a vampire guy.
Oh shit, bro. Damn, dog. Yeah, it's been a minute, bro. I think this is like the 3rd year almost, I think. We've been doing
Yeah.
this.
Longer
No,
than
I think
that,
it's been
right?
longer. I think it's
Yeah?
been longer. I think it's been about 4 or 5 years. Maybe even longer than that,
Yeah,
actually.
that's it.
Stop. Oh, it's 2022. Oh my God. Stop.
Yeah.
It's
We've
probably-
been doing this.
God.
We've been doing this since 2018. late 2018.
Yeah, late 2018. Yeah. So like 3 years and a half or so.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
I gotta find when you first messaged me on YouTube, and that would say when we started.
Yeah. That's a fucking lot. That's a lot of notifications you gotta go through, bro. Years.
You overestimate the people that talk to me.
That first. I'm sure the people listening to the podcast are enjoying this. Of what I remember, because it was Google like Meet, the first conversation we did. I could find that, and that was like the
Found
very
it.
first one.
I found it. You want to know the date?
Oh,
Go for it.
shit.
Tell
Oh,
us.
go ahead.
The date was June 16, 2018.
Oh,
That's
June, nigga.
It's the first. The reason why I have it is because it's the first. It's the first Twitter DM I had, because I wasn't on Twitter at this time, really, and it's a lot of different people in here. Actually, one of the original people in here was Tony D Prophecy.
Prophecy, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep. No, that's what it was. That's the group that Tom made, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the group that it was. Yeah, that's where we met. Yeah, that's where we met, Satsuki. That's how I found you, I think. Yeah, that's where I found you. Yeah, and that's the other discussion, not the podcast. That's the other discussion video.
That was our first
Yeah.
ever, like. Yeah.
Damn, bro.
So the chapter.
Oh yeah, One Punch Man.
Man, we was missing, boy.
That was nice. I like that. I don't care. Keep that in the podcast.
Hell yeah.
I
hell
like
yeah.
talking about that.
I don't edit, man.
I know you don't.
do
So
this
that's why
about
I
once
can
a
say
year.
keep it in and you'll listen to it. It's great. So, just quickly, that Sage Centipede panel when he first showed up is crazy good. And not the first one, as in like that one's good. Like where it's got his title, like Disaster Level Unknown.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That one's
That's
ominous. I
crazy
like
good
it, but the double page when you get to see all of his gritty little details. I love that he doesn't have just legs; he has arms.
Oh my god, I hate that. That's the worst part of the design for me.
What?
The arms. Oh my god.
Imagine how big those fingers are. That's fucking terrifying.
You see the moon in the background too? Like,
So what's
That
crazy?
moon.
It's middle of the night. You can't sleep. You're in like City Y or something. You go get a glass of water. You look out the window, and that's there.
You see like a 10-eyed glowing.
The distance.
after a whole night full of
Mountain.
earthquakes and shit.
Can't
You're
like,
like,
no
yeah.
one can sleep because the earthquakes and like the tsunamis. And you're like, well, I guess I'll get out of bed. And you see that.
In the light show, and then
You're like, hey, that's Z City problem, man.
yeah, I'm saying, bro.
You
ZC
just
is
say
crazy.
your prayers, you go to bed, and you're like, I'm calling out of work tomorrow.
I need a me day.
Oh shit, bro.
Also, a part of his design that I noticed, the little skull head that he has,
Mm-hmm. Metal
it's
Knight.
basically fucking Brainiac.
Oh, okay.
It reminded me
I'm
of Gears, I think. Gears of War, the skeleton guy, skeleton face. I'm not sure if it's from Gears of War. Never mind. I barely put it up.
Because the center head looks like Metal Knight's head, like from the distance.
Yeah. They're like 3 dots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's definitely that panel you're talking about where we get the unknown disaster level. That's definitely the scariest face for sure. It's intimidating. It's badass, reminiscing to AC. Like it's there, but the arms ruin it, bro. In my opinion, they don't ruin. I said that wrong. The arms reduce it from a 10 out of 10 to a 9.999999999999999.
So it distracts from the greatness.
Yeah. Like I'm anticipating them being used in a acceptable manner visually, but I'm more focused on his face, and I kind of look. You want him to have cannons this time.
Don't know why, but because I honestly I should have got this from Elder Centipede, but with Sage Centipede showing up, I got the vibe of like an Eastern Dragon from him now.
Yeah, definitely with those
The mustache.
feelers.
Yeah, that's probably what did it.
Whisker shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, yeah, the Shenlong mustache.
Yep.
That's a nice touch.
Mm-hmm. I definitely like that.
I wonder if that's going to like actually play out for him. Like actually, like just if he flies in the fucking air, dog. Oh my god, dog! That'd be some scary shit.
I mean, there was that one panel of in the EC fight when Genos like breaks his tooth with the jet kick or whatever. Like he like releases so much power that you see like the exhaust wave or the residual blast coming from the mouth of EC, and we get a back view of it, and it looks like EC's blowing out like a big ass beam of energy or whatever. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if like that parallel is changed into like Sage having beams and shit, or maybe I just want him to have beams.
I think you do, because one of my favorite quotes you've ever said was "the beams be beaming."
The beams be beaming.
Beams be
I can see
beaming.
this dude just
It
scream.
was two things you said. You were like, "The beams be beaming." This shit was all oogly boogly. That's my favorite quote you've ever said.
I feel like I do remember this.
Killed me. When Genos showed up to the fight against Sairochi. I remember what happened. I just remember you just be like, "The beams be beaming."
I left my thesaurus at home that day. I can't even say it right. Thesaurus.
I could see this guy just screaming, and the shockwaves are enough to like disintegrate you.
Jesus, man.
And the mustache extends into whips. He goes bo on your ass.
Like
Anybody remember that?
all of it's great until like
The hands.
no, like until Garou shoots up. How about no? And it starts attacking him. Like, come on, bro.
You're like not even a flea to him.
It's still early. I mean, like you saw what it took down to take down Elder Centipede.
That's what I'm hoping. Matt, I want him to get the EC treatment, but we're talking about Garou here. Nobody sucks Garou like Murata does.
But Saitama's there, and like they've been doing the whole thing with the clocks. They just want to do like 0.0000001, and he just goes. I hear the sigh, but it's fine.
No, but you know what? Like, I'm just thinking about it. You know what the problem is right now? It's just like there's no hero to really like power scale this guy. Because like if Saitama is involved with this fight, we expect Saitama to beat him, and then at that point we can't evaluate him. And if Garou gets involved, we also expect him to come out, not because we think he's necessarily stronger at the start of the confrontation, but just because it's Garou and his story relevance. So it's like he doesn't really have anybody to beat for us to go like, oh, like, at least he did this against this guy, and that means he's this strong. It's like he's in a weird ass spot.
Yeah, but we honestly can't do anything about it besides just sit back and watch and accept what's going on here. We do have the hope of redraws, but I wouldn't call that a hope.
We don't even have like the hope of like, because I remember when this thing came to the surface, we don't even have the hope of the monsters fighting each other anymore because of what Sage Centipede said. Like, we don't expect Sage Centipede to fight evil ocean water.
You didn't get that I kind of got that feel when they were looking at each other.
No, like the whole thing was like he's like representing the earth, and like evil ocean water is like representing the ocean. So like it's like they said like the father and the mother.
Yeah,
I don't think they're fighting. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, so
okay.
Yeah, it makes it sounds like they're working in tandem for this big goal. So
then did God get
worries
offered?
me.
Or excuse me, did evil natural water get offered by God?
well, he's too much of an anomaly. We don't really know. Like,
You don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't
Made
talking
in a
before,
lab.
right? He never said a word before.
And he ain't gonna say shit.
He did.
Who is it?
He spoke.
He did?
No,
No,
wait,
that
what?
was all Sage.
That's Sage still saying it, I think.
Yeah. I'm about to say, what the fuck?
You sure the quote, the text quotes are different?
No, he's just putting some emphasis on it because it's his boy. So he's like, yes.
He looks out for him.
All right. I think that's everything, right? Or where's more?
Well, I guess you can.
About Orochi, or are we done?
Hey,
So
you wanted to mention Orochi with the whole Sage Centipede thing.
Is Orochi
I
dead?
have
Yo, this question is classic.
Just like every
Hate,
podcast.
hate it. I
okay
hate it.
in the ritual painting and stuff. We see 2 centipedes in that. Okay, presumably we have one in the form of Sage. Where's the other one?
Elder, and he's dead.
Maybe.
What if fucking Sage actually splits in half and that, or he's just so fucking big that's just his ass. Just he's like the two head. Okay, you know, like
You
the
saying he's like Cat Dog?
He's talking out his ass?
yeah. He talks out his ass.
Yeah. Get the ass blasters and sort him out.
Or like, you know how like there's like that story that I've seen it in at least 1 or 2 series, like Samurai Jack had it, where it was like the 2-headed serpent, and like one of them, it tells you the truth, the other one lies, kind of deal.
Yeah, I know what you're on about.
Yeah, maybe that's him, and he's just so fucking big that it's like it was just both heads. I don't know.
Or it's Senta Senpai.
I'm still hoping. Well, okay, if we get like 2 Sage centipedes, what if they fuse into Ancient Centipede?
These are now trash Keishan theories.
Hey, my trash theories, some of them have come true. So we all remember when. Well, I don't remember specifically, but when Zoe shut the fuck up that one time, I still don't know what it was about.
So we don't know if Sage Centipede is somehow Orochi. It doesn't look like he's Orochi. What we saw as a silhouette on the wall whenever we saw the lava was indeed Sage Centipede. You can look back at it and see the arms, see the shape, resembles Sage Centipede. In my personal opinion. So, what are you guys thinking? Like, is Orochi alive?
I think Orochi is out of the paint.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
Yeah, that was the sacrifice. I mean, apart from the cell drive it's got, like, he's out.
He dead like disco.
I mean, maybe in your household.
Hey, he ain't staying alive, staying alive.
All right, guys. 156 was spectacular. We've talked about not only Flashy Flash getting clapped and the perkiness of his cheeks after he got clapped, but we've discussed the merits of Platinum Sperm, the over accomplishments, the stressing over accomplishments of Garou. We've talked about the weirdness of God's deal. We've also discussed the sages, or the sage and even Natural Ocean, and how they'll fare up against Garou and the threat still on the surface. If you want to give your opinions about the ideas we contrasted in his One Punch Man podcast, join the Discord. There we can discuss all forms and matters of prediction and speculation that you may have. There are a multitude of other channels that you can also check out. Satsuki's Matt's, Keishan's, Sundown's channels all have One Punch Man content on them that you can check out and stay in tune with One Punch Man on a daily basis. Like those videos, subscribe to those channels, subscribe to this channel, and we'll see y'all boys in the next one. Yo!